Iranian officials deny any agreement has been made to allow international nuclear inspectors into the country, contradicting what President Trump says about ongoing negotiations.
They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
The president, speaking with reporters in Pennsylvania, says inspectors will be on the ground in Iran at the appropriate time. During a 60-day negotiating period, the U.S. is waiving sanctions on Iran, allowing oil sales. President Trump also says unfrozen assets for Iran will only be used for food and medicine purchases.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The president's in Pennsylvania to focus mainly on the U.S. economy, just taking the stage at a Mack truck factory.
Thrilled to be back in this incredible Commonwealth with the proud, hard-working patriots of Lehigh Valley.
It's the president's fifth second-term trip to Pennsylvania, joined today by Republican Congressman Ryan McKenzie, who's being challenged by Democratic candidate Bob Brooks. The state Democratic Party chair calls the Republican agenda chaotic, corrupt, and cost-raising, and says Pennsylvanians aren't buying it. The governing body for college sports just approving a new eligibility model for Division I athletes aimed at lessening the chaos of the transfer portal era. It limits eligibility to 5 seasons of competition over a 5-year period. The new NCAA rules set to take effect this fall. It's also included in a Senate bill intended to address numerous concerns about college sports after multiple athletes sued wanting to extend college careers now that revenue sharing and name, image, and likeness deals are allowed. America is listening to Fox News.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SHELTER to 989898 today.
And double ha-ha. Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis. He's in the desert. He went west to recuperating in the deserts of North Dakota. It's an incredible story. And the mechanical man. And Ben's here. Our intern Ben. I tell you what, we got a full day now. I mean, this is fantastic. Always love to have the interns around. In fact, I have a Ben story, which is a little in fact, you know what it is? It's awkward. I remember the morning show talking about how awkward I am. Did you hear that stuff this morning, Flounder? Oh, you don't listen to the morning show. You're busy doing stuff.
No, I wasn't listening at that time, so I do listen in the morning.
I know. They spent an awful amount of time talking about how awkward I am. You know, you ever try to talk to the camera? It's very awkward. Awkward.
It is. I mean, it can get a little awkward sometimes, yeah.
We'll get to that issue in a minute. First of all, Pete Davis recuperating with an update, I think, of some kind here on your new aorta pipes or whatever the hell. What's going on up there, sir, in the mountains of Macon?
Yeah, that's a technical medical term, the aortic pipe.
Yeah, the aortic pipes.
That's very good. I had my first rehab, which basically meant sitting there and watching videos and getting measured.
Oh, my.
And
what sort of measurements are you doing there? These nurses, they have little flick trip, you have had the flick trip when you, anyway.
I don't know what that is. We're going to keep moving. They pulled out a caliper and started measuring my body fat. Well, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, well, and how'd you do?
I didn't ask. She just nodded and mumbled to herself and wrote something down. I didn't ask.
Now, actually, you have lost some weight, haven't you? But you haven't.
I have lost, but I've gained 6 pounds back since the last time I weighed, which is a month ago. So I've gained 6 pounds back. Yeah, okay. They've given me there's a whole new way. There's no more food pyramid. You knew that, right?
Yeah. Well, they've turned it upside down, I think, actually.
Basically, they give you a plate. and not the 12-inch plate at the restaurants. You have a 9-inch plate.
Yeah.
Half of it has to be vegetables of some sort.
Yeah.
A quarter of it, some lean protein meat.
Yeah.
And the other quarter should be beans or rice or a potato or something starchy. In that little quarter. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much, meat and potatoes and vegetables. That's, that's the only thing anybody, every time they say, well, and fruit. But again, fruit's iffy because it has so much sugar in it that it actually
That's
makes
fiber.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dessert is the fruit. But here's the sad thing. I looked at that plate and I said, I have never had a plate look like that in my life.
Yeah, right. I had one something like that, but it was at Paris Island for the wrong reasons. I had to go to the back of the line. I've told you that I was a fat body.
Yeah, you're a fat body. Yeah, fat boy.
Not for long.
I've never had that many vegetables on one plate, though.
Oh, my goodness. Now, so is that your new diet thing? Is that what you're supposed to do now or what?
It's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
we'll
fat chance.
Literally. Fat chance.
Oh, my goodness.
I like the fact that this is the second time I've had to go through this. The first time was back in the 90s. And I walk in there, and I'm still the youngest guy. And so that makes me feel really good. I walk in there.
Oh, mercy. Well, there you go. All right. And by the way, Donald Trump is speaking live. He's in Pennsylvania at a Mack truck dealership, I believe, talking about the economy. But he's also Flounder, let's tune in for just a minute, see what he's doing here.
Real quick, we had it on the Portugal game, so give me 1 second. I'll get us back there.
Okie dokie. Donald Trump talking about the economy, and they're applauding. They gave him a USA when he showed up. And you'll hear him later today, in a few minutes actually, about the uranium deal and so forth. And Flounder's getting there.
3 all-time records. In other words, sit down. We got plenty of time here. It's an honor that you're all standing. Oh, look who we have, the Wall. Stand up, Wall. Look at this guy. Oh, I'm going to get a suit just like that guy. I'll bet he's been to 200 rallies. Him and, where are my guys? Oh, look at my guys, front row Joes. I got these front row Joes. And where are the women from North Carolina? They're here. They travel all over the world. I don't know what the hell's with their husbands. These beautiful women from North Carolina. They travel all over. They went to 200 rallies. How many rallies have Front Row Joe's gone to? Hundreds. Everyone. And then it was very sad. My last rally, I said, I may never see you again, right? And then we won the election in a landslide. And who the hell do I see? I see my front row Joes. So I'm happy about that.
The man's a talk show host having fun with the crowd. I love it.
Would be all over the place. And when they didn't make the front row, it was very demeaning to them. They were not happy, right? But the front row, they became actually very famous, front row Joes. And the typical 401k, as you know, is up almost $30,000 in, it was 12 months, it was 13 months. It's up 44%. Think of that, up 44%. Because, as goes the stock market, so goes a lot of your own wealth. And I tell about this police officer. I met a police officer first time, similar thing, but now the numbers are even more. I was in New York. I met a great police officer, New York Funnies. And he said, sir, I want to thank you. I said, for what? He said, my wife didn't think much of me very much. We were having marital difficulty, actually. She thought I was nothing. I'm a police officer. I'm a tough guy. I looked at him. The muscles were all over the place. He didn't suffer from that. But she thought maybe that muscle wasn't so good because he was always losing money in the stock market. And he said, sir, in the last year and a half, my 401k is up 74%, sir. And she thinks I'm Warren Buffett. She thinks I'm a super genius. I said, how are you getting along with her? He said, well, I'm not so sure I like her anymore, but that's I won't tell you that. I refuse to say that. He's getting along just fine. But a lot of people have come up to me, David, and they thanked us 401ks, the stock market. Who has a 401k here? Yeah, look, a lot of people. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country, and we've created over 32, think of this, 32,000 new jobs just starting in Pennsylvania alone. David, you have to get credit for that. And in the last few months alone, We've added 2,600 Pennsylvania manufacturing jobs, and that number is going to go much, much higher as the factories start to open. Because right here in Lehigh Valley, Eli Lilly has just announced, great company, by the way, drug company, a $3.5 billion investment in a brand new state-of-the-art manufacturing facility right down the road that's going to create over 1,000 jobs, just that one.
I will cut away. We'll keep track of it. But anyway, Donald Trump having fun with the crowd and showing up in a key battleground state and talking about the economy. So, that's good.
Hey, how late is Ben staying today?
Well, is he going to be here all day, Flounder? What's Ben's schedule?
He's going to be here the whole show.
Now, we were hoping he was here yesterday because Pete had a game involving a college kid against the Kimmer.
Game.
Yeah, we have a new game.
It's a new game.
Oh, excellent.
It's called Are You Smarter Than Ben?
Oh, okay. Well, oh my God, Ben, are you ready for this? Has he got a mic back there?
Yes, he does. He's good to go.
Okay. How you doing there, Ben?
Doing good. How are you?
On the right side of the grass, my friend. Upright and mobile. Those are the only two answers that really mean anything when you get to my state. Anyway, so Ben's here again, and so we're going to have do a little game thing with him just for fun. And I love talking to kids. Now, again, Ben, tell the little people what year you are and where you are in school in case you missed the last time you were here last week or so.
I'm going to my sophomore year, and I am at Georgia Tech.
Excellent. Now, by the way, I noticed through the window that you were taking some golf swings.
Yes.
You got a golf club in there? You brought your own golf club? That's cool.
No, it's the one that's in here all the time.
Oh, I got you. That's the morning show guys practicing. So now, you look like you're a golfer. You know what you're doing, Ben. Is that right? You a golf guy?
Yes, I'm a big golf guy.
No kidding. What's your handicap?
I'm going to say like a 9 or 10.
All right, so you're shooting like upper, like mid-80s maybe, something like that, probably?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. And now, by the way, just in case, I don't suppose your family's like members of, Atlanta Country Club or Atlanta National. Or,
Man, I wish.
I was just, not that it mattered. I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to, offer, say anything. I just wondered, just curious. I had no curiosity about anything, so for the record. Anyway, so welcome back, Ben. And now I'm going to have a little funny story about Ben here from yesterday, which I totally... didn't understand because I'm an idiot. But I'll be better. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben, the intern, is joining us here again today. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I put a quick... Facebook message today when I got into my car's in the shop. My car's still in the shop. But they gave me a loaner, which is very nice. And so, but again, the car is so freaking complicated. I'll get to that in a little later anyway. So I get in the car and I look out the window. All of a sudden, there's a freaking spider on my door jamb. And just, right there.
Did you scream like a little girl?
No, but I videotaped him and put him on Facebook and YouTube because I wanted people to understand that spiders are not allowed on my car, even if it's not my car, that they will have to suffer the ultimate punishment and, be dispatched with great prejudice. And so, but I didn't show that part of it, but I showed this spider, but I don't know where he came from. But where did he come from? Right in the middle of my garage. And by the way, people, I mentioned also, you got to see the pictures of my chopper in there, and a lot of reaction to people saying that's why I don't leave my helmet in the garage. Take your helmet inside because the spiders like garages. Anyways, a little video there. Also, the AM show. We'll talk about that. Oh, Glenn Beck. I criticized Glenn Beck quite a bit, including yesterday about a couple things, jokingly and happily and stuff like that. But he told a story today which I found fascinating. And I want to give him credit for it. We'll talk about that later on. Also, the latest on Savannah Guthrie, Donald Trump, and what's going on with the Democrats. We got all that stuff. We have some tweets. We got Holy Crap at Sports. So we had baseball games last night, including the NCAA finals, as I recall. Anyway, coming up, 3:14, Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben's joining us too on 106.3. How's your Tuesday, Elegant?
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, a little cooler today, but still growing season. So you builders and contractors, put in somebody's landscaping. Stovall and Company, there are 11 locations. Paul and the boys, Trip and Devin. Stovall and Company, your wholesale landscaping supply. The people who will actually tell you to go somewhere else to buy something if they don't have it, and it's especially you need it. I mean, honestly, you just got to love these people. And they have on-site job delivery right now. You know, their name's on the door, so they really go above and beyond. Nobody can beat their stuff. And see the flowers and the trees and the shrubs and the sod and the blooming plants. I mean, it's unfreaking believable. And stuff to help you build an outdoor fireplace or a kitchen by the pool or something, too. StovallInc.com.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who's recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state and for 21 consecutive years as Georgia's super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
If you want a smart new Toyota with a payment that makes sense, it's time for you to take a look at the 2026 Toyota Corolla. Reliable, efficient, and built for long-term value. It's a great fit for daily driving, commuting, and keeping ownership simple. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we're voted Best of Comp for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. It's the thing that Jared and his people pride themselves on, giving you the best deal and the best service. For well-qualified buyers, 6.49% APR for 72 months is available on the new 2026 Corolla through June 30th. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
6.49% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers are qualified. End 6/30/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All right. A little Foo Fighter action here coming up for you. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Ben's joining us. 2023, this day, Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters frontman, decided to take the train before a surprise show at the Glastonbury Festival 3 years ago. Dave Grohl's band played a set at the Pyramid Stage under the guise of a group called the Churnups. He and 40 others boarded a train service from London. The group had exclusive use of the Paddington First Class Lounge all day. They arrived at 10:20. Grohl was the last one to arrive in an effort to keep his identity secret ahead of a secret performance at the festival 3 years ago today. There you go. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Ben's joining us, our intern today, so we'll have a little fun with them later on today. Our birthday list includes Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice, 78 years old today. And there's talk about him retiring at some point while Donald Trump and the Congress still has control of the GOP to replace him with another Republican or another conservative, rather. So, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of things, Supreme Court, boy, a lot of things can happen because at some point, they have to retire. They don't normally die on the job. Let's see. How about a little history thing here? On this day in 1976, based on a book by William F. Nolan, the dystopian sci-fi flick Logan's Run premiered on this day in 1976. In this universe, the population is controlled by killing off the citizens when they reach the ripe old age of 30. little population control. Hence the reason why Logan is running. The movie starred Michael York, Jenny Agutter, a gutter. I don't remember her. And Farrah Fawcett.
Was beautiful.
Oh, she is?
She was in American Werewolf in London in a shower scene. She's topless.
Oh, no, we're in favor of shower scenes, just for a minute. Anyway, let's see this Jenny girl. And Farrah Fawcett was in it. MGM promoted the crap out of her being in the movie, but she only had a teeny little part. But Farrah Fawcett was trying to make headway in 1976. Logan's Run was nominated for 2 Academy Awards and did win a special award for visual effects. The movie also won 6 Saturn Awards for Best Science Fiction Film. The next year, a short-lived TV show based on Logan's Run aired on CBS, but it didn't really go anywhere. Anyway, just for the record. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And by the way, I mentioned, yesterday when I leave here, I usually make a head call. I go down the hall and I hit the head, and so I leave here and I walk down the hall to make a head call in the men's room, and coming toward me is a tall, lanky young man who I recognize, I thought to myself, okay, he's going into the men's room coming toward me, and I'm going into the men's room coming toward him. We're going to get to the men's room around the same time, so already I'm freaking out. I don't like going in the men's room with somebody else. I'm sorry. Do you talk? Do you say, hey, how you doing? What do you mean? I don't know. There's a thing, it's just kind of awkward. I guess the camera is awkward. Anyway, and so I remember Ben said something, and I didn't hear it because my ear rockets weren't working yesterday. Anyway, and so, and then I believe you said, I'll see you tomorrow. And I thought I really didn't know whether that meant that you were going to run into me tomorrow or whether you were actually going to be here in the studio with us tomorrow. It's like an idiot. Anyway, so I guess that does prove that Kimmer is awkward. Like the morning show was saying all morning, it's hard to talk to me or something. I don't know. Am I just a goofy old man? I mean, is it over? I mean, is that?
No, I do that too.
Nobody likes me and everything, or what? They even tried to get Bryce. They even said, "Hey, Bryce, isn't it true that the Kimmer's really weird and really awkward to talk to? And isn't it horrible to try to talk to the Kimmer?" He said, "No, poor bastard."
Kimmer,
yeah.
Stop being so thirsty.
So thirsty.
So thirsty, fishing for compliments and being told everything's okay.
Believe me, that's not the way I'd fish for compliments. Plus, I don't fish for compliments anymore. Trust me. I can't even look at myself in the mirror. I swear to God, I can't. If I have to focus on doing my little shaver thing to do the rare hairs that are flowing off on the side of my head or something, I can't look at I just do the teeny little area I can't watch.
Okay, I'm a little confused now because I can't see who's back there. Is that Ben or Bryce?
Ben's here, not Bryce.
Okay.
Ben's here from Georgia
you said
Tech.
Bryce. I go, okay.
No, I was talking about Bryce. No, the morning show tried to get their morning guy. Their guy is Bryce in the morning, who was here with us a couple of times. So anyway, why? I've lost it. I'm just flabbergating here. It's unbelievable. I think I just made up a new word too.
Flabbergating?
I just made up a new word.
I like it.
That's a great word.
Flabbergating. What does that mean?
It means I'm flabbergasted and I'm blithering and I'm just kind of frothing along here, and so I'm flabbergasted at myself and just blithering away and making nonsense talk. So I'm flabbergating.
Okay.
I like it.
I accept that.
Oh, Lordy. Anyway, spider in my helmet. My God, man. Anyway, all right. Kimmer Pete Flounder, 404-741-12. Oh, one quick thing on the Glenn Beck thing. I did, and I goose him a little bit because he just, he's very emotional. He cries every day, and he tries to make me cry every day. But it's just, that's what his show. That's what he does. I'm not complaining. He's famous, and so there you go. But today he has one of the many things he has is a story podcast telling thing, or he's got a series of American stories of American patriots from the founders and stuff like that. I don't know what he calls it, but he's got a whole series of these stories about the people who founded our country and so forth. History thing. And he was telling a story today about John Adams. And I had no idea. John, just very quickly, again, if you're into the Glenn Beck stuff and the history thing, I really recommend it because it sounded really terrific. So John Adams was basically a failure, and his mother wanted him to go into business. His father wanted to do something else, and they gave him money to start a business, and he failed and lost everything and was broke, and then his father died, so he really had nothing. So he started doing things like tax collecting.
The American Story series.
Yeah, there you go.
Called.
Glenn Beck, yeah. And one of them, just a little highlight thing, said John Adams, again, he was broke, poor, had nothing, and got a job as a tax collector. And the good thing about what John Adams was that the people liked was when he would go to somebody's house to collect their taxes, he would look around and say, well, you can't really afford to pay this whole thing. I'll tell you what, just pay half of it. What the hell? And so all the people were, paying what they could afford as opposed to what they owed. And that's how we kind of, when it all of a sudden came up that they need somebody to represent the people in the new colonies and stuff like that, all the people in New Massachusetts or whatever said, hey, we like this John Adams guy. So he became, he was going to be sent to the delegates for the congressional meetings, stuff like that. But the problem was he was so poor, he didn't have any clothes. He literally had like one pair of pants and an old shirt. He didn't have anything to go to meet with a new Congress or a new elected representatives of somebody. So the townspeople actually did a fundraiser to get him some clothes to wear so he'd look respectable. And I guess they got him a wig or whatever they needed. And somebody also said, here, you can borrow my horse. And so he was supposed to, they said, but the problem is you got to be there in like a day and a half or 2 days. And it normally would be like a 5-day ride. But he rode all night in the rain and everything else and rode and got there in time with all borrowed stuff to become eventually the John Adams. I mean, but what a story of the way, he didn't have any clothes. The townspeople had to give him clothes and loaned him a horse. Anyway, and all those people, they pledged their sacred honor and their earthly possessions, and most of them lost them all. Most of the signers lost everything for their country. Anyway, a terrific series of Glenn Beck thing. I was very impressed. Yes,
I tell you that Paul Giamatti doing him on the HBO series, which you can watch on HBO.
I did see, yeah. Remarkable. And again, really, it really was. I don't know why history classes don't play that in school. I mean, yeah, seriously. I think our country would, what do you think the difference would be if school teachers and assemblies actually
did their job?
Yeah, I know. I mean, seriously.
Not what the union tells them to do?
Not only that, but
principles?
But then, now, maybe they don't do this anymore, but when I was a kid, once in a while, if your teacher was sick and they get a substitute teacher, they'd play a movie. They'd play a film.
Yeah.
They'd play,
Yeah. They wheeled the TV in.
Yeah. Oh, boy, we got a substitute.
Sad as that is.
Yeah. And, but still, I mean, honestly, if I were...
like, yay, we're not going to learn today. I mean, it's pretty sad.
And then when the substitute says, well, where did your teacher leave off last time? Oh, well, yeah. No, we didn't. She told we were done. We didn't really have any.
Just if they just showed the part where long before he's famous, he's a lawyer and he defends the British soldiers at the Boston Massacre.
Yeah.
Just show that part.
Yeah. And by the way, also speaking of Glenn Beck, I made reference to this. The guy's, I believe his first name was Christmas something or other. The first person killed in the American Revolution at the Boston Massacre was black.
Crispus Attucks.
Crispus, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Christmas or Christian? Christmas?
No, that's just, damn it, because you Crispin Attucks.
Crispin, that's it.
I think.
And he was a black guy, the first person killed at the Boston Massacre, which started the Revolutionary War. I mean, that's where it began. And it was a black guy, and then the Americans fought to end slavery, as it turned out in the Civil War. Anyway, so there you go. But again, a really cool series, and Glenn Beck talking about it, and I was impressed, and I thought I'd pass it along since I criticize him frequently for his pauses, and the emotional tear-jerking every day from the podium hour. Anyway, all right, Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben is in the back, and our intern, and glad to have him here because I've got a game with him later on. Now, Savannah Guthrie update. I guess the mother's got to be dead. I guess they know she's dead. Yeah. And so Savannah was on this morning crying, as obviously, and begging her viewers, somebody to come forward with information about where they have her dead body. There was a second note they're now saying that came out that there was secret until now, and the second note they got, or the second message from one of the groups sending her messages, apparently said that she was dead and buried with nature. She died after she was abducted. And now again, if it's over and she's dead and they didn't get their money, why don't they tell her where she is? I mean, what's the point of not? I mean, are they afraid of evidence being left behind? I mean, I guess. Or if they tell her where somebody might have seen him in the area that day or whatever. I mean, I guess. But she's dead. The woman's dead. Let the family bury the rest of her. I mean, it's just horrible. The whole thing is damn horrible. Her abductors never intended to hurt her. She perished shortly after she was taken. She's buried in nature now. We are truly sorry. That was included in the second ransom note. Just horrible. I can't imagine. I can't imagine doing it in the first place. If you're going to kidnap somebody, why would you kidnap an old woman who couldn't walk and was, infirm and had medical problems and was, clearly you had to take care of her? I mean, why would you kidnap that person?
They're stupid, I think.
God.
Part of the problem. It was they thought it was an easy thing, and then they realized, oh, crap, we're pretty stupid here.
Yeah, because they never got any ransom, did they?
I don't think they ever got anything. They kept saying we need proof and stuff, and until they got it, but the whole thing is just ridiculous. Who do you suppose is behind it? I mean, I don't know.
It's like Fargo. Remember Fargo, where they kidnapped the man's wife,
right?
And they kill her being idiots.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, here we go. 3:31. Kimmer P. Flounder, Ben's in the back, 404-741-1230. It's 106.3, and, we got stuff, we got news, we got issues, and, we got your calls, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, look out. Here we go.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. When professionals need serious mowing power, they turn to Exmark mowers from Howard Brothers. Built for durability, comfort, and that signature Exmark cut, Exmark mowers are made to perform all season long. So, if you're growing your business or tackling that summer lawn, Exmark delivers the performance that pros trust. Head over to Howard Brothers and see why these mowers stand above the rest. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares, member FDIC.
Hey Braves fans, it's Tom Glavine, and when my ride needs a wash, I head straight to Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Their friendly team and industry-leading technology give my car the ultimate shine every time. Experience an elite clean you can count on at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves and my go-to car wash destination.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
Georgia Power was exceptional to Lake Point in helping us understand energy needs, energy efficiency, opportunities, What does that look like? Well, when you have a 120,000 square foot clear span space of athletes competing, you can get pretty hot, particularly in the summer. And to cool that off, they were instrumental in advising us, well, what we want to do is get air circulating. So we put in these massive fans in the ceiling to help circulate the air and help with the energy efficiency as well, as one small example of their service.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House, and now the thought of the day. There's only a few things that a safe from the Safe House can't protect you from. The biggest one is socialist Democrats trying to steal elections. Does that really happen? Yes, it does. So for real security, drop by the Safe House and let us show you how to protect your hard-earned valuables from theft and fire. We are the exclusive Browning and Fort Knox safe dealer in the area. That's right, we're the only ones. So don't go unprotected. Go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
I don't think I Oh, here we go. Okay, now I got it. I didn't recognize that first 10 seconds of that song. Anyway, here we go. On this day in 2010, here we go. Thank you.
I don't know why I was messing with that. That's the wrong damn pots are acting up.
That's what I
was like, wait a minute, that's not the Allman Brothers.
I was kind of stalling to see if I'm doing something wrong. 2010, on this day, 62-year-old Greg Allman underwent a successful liver transplant at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. Greg Allman had a series of treatments for hepatitis C, but the damage to his liver led doctors to say just transplant the thing. In a statement later, Allman said, "I changed my ways years ago, but we can't turn back time. Every day is a gift." That was 2010 when he was 62. Liver transplant. And the truth is, when Greg Allman died 7 years later at the age of 69, he died from liver cancer, which is, bizarre. That's why they tried to save him with a liver transplant. He died of liver cancer 7 years later. Birthday list includes Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton's 52. He was Jason Dessen in the Apple show Dark Matter, Uncle Owen and Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was Chris Pratt's SEAL team leader in Zero Dark 30. And he was Jennifer Lawrence's CIA handler in Red Sparrow. Did you guys see that movie, Red Sparrow? Nope. You didn't see it? Flounder, did you see it? Oh, he's busy tonight.
I did not.
Ben, have you seen? Nobody's seen the movie except the Kimmer. Okay.
Nobody saw that movie.
It was a great movie. It was a hard movie. They went too far with the sexual abuse type things part, but it was a great movie. Jennifer Lawrence and a couple of stars in it, and she was. I mean, it was a really good movie, hard movie, tough movie, but a good movie.
Stole the idea. It was the Black Widow story.
Comics. Well, not real. Not with the ending. Not with the tarmac with the planes and the sniper and the stuff and the thing and the change. Well,
will see it.
Oh, my God. Why not? It was a great movie with stars in it. Why would you not see a great movie with stars in it?
I'm not particularly a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know why.
Well, this movie was pretty. Anyway, well, whatever. Well, I'm not going to talk about it.
She was good in the X-Men, but other than that,
she wasn't bad in the Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah. But anyway, but Red Sparrow. Right. Again, Red Sparrow is a hard movie. It's a tough movie. It's got some scenes in it that would make you go like that. Wow. But it was well done. All right, now, in fact, we have Ben here, Ben the intern from Georgia Tech, who is going to be a sophomore. Hey, Ben, did you, as a student in school, did you study much about Watergate?
No.
Offhand. Do you know any? In fact, the main figures in Watergate? If you were to, if someone would ask you who were the main characters of the president's staff or something in Watergate, would you off the top of your head even know who they were? The names were. I think most people probably don't from modern college kids.
I show that Nixon was.
Oh, wait, I can't hear anything there. You got your mic on there with the thing there. There you go.
Was it not there? Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
there we go. Now we're talking. That's that the round thing over there by the button there.
I show that Nixon was the central figure in it.
Well, you see, there you go. Now, again, I think, I love having like college kids in here because I tell you, I don't think, we never studied stuff in school like this, but it was on this day that Richard Nixon's advisor, H.R. Haldeman, told the president to put pressure on the FBI to stay the hell out of this Watergate burglary business. Haldeman was telling Nixon to obstruct justice, basically. They were linking the burglars who burglarized the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate building, looking for information on the Democrats' plans, and they got caught, and they linked the money to pay for them to do this to the Richard Nixon re-election campaign. So Nixon said, well, make up a story about the CIA using the money to fight communist Cuba, but don't lie to them. Just to the extent, say there's no involvement, and tell them it's just a comedy of errors and don't get into it. Well, it all led. They finally, an hour and a half, a tape conversation got released, and that was basically the smoking gun. That was a ball game. Nixon resigned. But in fact, shall I tell my Saturday Night Massacre story? Nah, forget it. Okay.
No, go ahead. Tell it. I didn't say anything. I just looked.
It was just, it's a funny time. And again, this is 1972 when I came to Atlanta and I was doing news and I've been a news guy in my life. And when the Saturday Night Massacre occurred, when Klein Dinks and all those guys resigned because Nixon wanted them to get rid of the special prosecutor, and they said no, so they quit. And the whole freaking Department of Justice team basically said, no, we're not going to do this. And one of the members of the Watergate Committee was Georgia Senator Herman Talmadge. And so he was at home that weekend when it happened. It was a Saturday night. I was working Saturday night at the news station. And the Saturday Night Massacre happened. So I called Herman Talmadge's home number, and he was there, and he was hammered. And when he answered the phone, I identified myself, and I said, I wanted to do a quick interview with you about what happened here. So-and-so and so-and-so. And I said, as a member of the Watergate Committee, can you what's your reaction to the fact that Klein Dinks, and I've forgotten all the names, my name disease won't let them come out. But they all resigned, and there's a big trouble. And he said, as a member of the committee, it would be inappropriate if I were able to say something. It wouldn't be right. And then I said, well, if you could say something, Senator, what would you say? And then he gave me his reaction. I mean, he was such an, I didn't trick him, but I said, well, if you could say something, what would it be? And he told me. So I had a great, answer. I had a great soundbite that night when the Saturday Night Massacre occurred, just because I asked him twice in a different way, and he talked about it. Anyway, this is the same Herman Talmadge who had a couple of $100,000 in, I guess, his wife's coat pocket in the closet, walk-in closet in the entry room of his house or something. Just, what a story. Anyway. All right, guys. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, and Ben's in the back here, too. Now, Donald Trump is still talking to those people in Pennsylvania, and I think he's about to wrap it up. He's got some of his candidates. He's on the stump there. He's talking about the economy and so forth, and he's also talking about this Iran deal. And by the way, it's very confusing. I'm going to play Donald Trump cut number 2 here, Flounder. Just for the record, Donald Trump today said, now, wait a minute, this business with Iran saying that we don't have squat. Their foreign minister says there are no plans to allow inspectors into Iran to check our nuclear stuff. There's no meeting schedule. We're not having anything to do with this. There's no protocol or anything else. Donald Trump says, with a drumbeat of fake news going everything possible to make the U.S. victory small and insignificant, Iran has completely agreed to the highest level nuclear talks. And this is the way he put it to reporters just today. Cut number 2, Flounder, if you will.
Cut number 2.
Cut number 2. The Donald Trump cut where he's speaking there.
There we go.
Okay.
The Iranians are saying there's no scheduled visit for the IAEA inspectors. Is that part of your agreement?
They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspection. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
And Iran
Donald Trump also said if they don't do this, then he'll go back to just bombing the crap out of them. And frankly, all this talk is meaningless until either they do or they don't do what they're supposed to do. And if they don't, then I think he is going to go back to bombing them. And I think he's trying to not not be too premature. But again, at some point, again, they have the 60 days. The ceasefire apparently is holding. I guess the Strait of Hormuz is open enough where Donald Trump has been bragging today about another 13 or 15 million gallons or barrels of oil has been slipped through again. So, I'm not worried right now. But we'll see. Now, by the way, coming up, the fraud and the health care schemes are even, I think, worse than we thought. And I got a couple of comments about what the heck is going on in the Democrat Party and some of those people who were, trying to turn our country against ourselves. And the dad of Carmelo Anthony's murder victim is getting roasted, even though he's the one who should be doing the roasting. And more of that's coming up, too. Kevin P. Flounder, Ben's in the back, 4:45, 106.3. It's Tuesday afternoon, and everything's going to be fine with your awkward host here on 106.3. It's
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Bortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
Celebrate the red, white, and Braves during Independence Week at Truist Park. The week begins June 30th through July 2nd as the Cardinals come to town. Fans can score the corduroy throwback cap presented by Napa on July 2nd, featuring an American flag patch. Then it's a division showdown as the Mets battle your Braves, July 3rd through the 6th. Join us as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of Atlanta hosting the Olympics with Olympic theme night on July 3rd. And on Saturday, July 4th, enjoy some freedom, fireworks, and fastballs. Start your day at the Independence Day block party before the game, then enjoy the Southeast's largest fireworks show after the game and all kinds of fun in between. The week wraps up with back-to-back giveaways. The kids' mini Drake Baldwin bobblehead and the Matt Olson bobble card presented by Delta. Visit Braves.com/independence to purchase tickets for $17.76. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Tug. Chuck and the team at Central Heating and Air Conditioning are bringing back something I love. Their 6th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Skyland Trail right here in Atlanta. Skyland Trail does incredible work helping people facing mental health challenges get real, lasting support. And Central is proud to give back to a community that they've been serving since 1947. Now, here's the part I like. It's easy to help, and it actually helps you, too. When you sign up for a Central maintenance agreement, they'll donate $10 directly to Skyland Trail. And on your side, you'll get priority service, seasonal tune-ups to help prevent breakdowns, and better efficiency, especially now that the Georgia heat's kicked in. It's one of those rare wins where you're taking care of your home and helping someone else at the same time. Central services all makes and models. With them, you're never a number, you're family. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com to sign up today. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies. Your yard. It stresses you out. Between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, it's pet friendly, and it looks amazing all year round. Those in the know use ATL Turf Go. ATL Turf Go is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a backyard of your dreams with a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. They handle everything from design and grading to construction and drainage solutions. So whether it's residential lawns or recreational sports fields, ATL Turf Go can build you a stress-free space you'll love. So say goodbye to mowing, maintenance, and your wasted weekends. Learn more and schedule your free in-home consultation today. Call ATL Turf Go, 678-403-2339. That's 678-403-2339. Or visit atlturfco.com.
This is Tom, the honest car guy, and we got a surprise call in from a customer of ours, Travis, out in Jefferson, Georgia. Travis, good to hear from you, buddy. You want to tell a little bit about the experience you had with me at the honest car guy?
The whole experience, honestly, was one of the smoothest car experiences that we've ever gone through, meaning that there's no pressure. There's no runaround. It's just straight up honest service. The price that you guys present or find for you, that's what you are going to pay. And you just get a great deal. I've been educated to a newer process of the car dealership game. You guys have not come in and you're setting the benchmark for how car dealing and car buying and car selling really should be.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
A little Daily Dylan. What now? I don't think I know this song.
The Ghost of Jimmy Reed.
And the Muslims are what? Did you hear that line?
I was talking to you.
That was kind of weird.
Why?
He said the Muslims are something.
Right. It's a lyric. He's just talking about Muslims like he talks about Christians or Jews. Why is that weird?
Because I don't think I've ever heard a song where and the Muslims are going to go, oh, whoa, wow. It's kind of stuck out as well. Kind of curious. Plus, I can't understand what he's saying.
Can't even mention him in the song.
Well, I can't understand the words. so I hear 1 or 2 out of 10. Bob Dylan, 2004. Bob Dylan awarded an honorary degree by the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, the oldest university. Bob Dylan made a Doctor of Music on this day in 2004. Okay, a Bible song of some kind. Excellent. Birthdays. K.T. Dunstall is 51. She's the Scottish lass who sings that song, Suddenly I See. K.T. Tunstall, 51 years old today. And a little history note here, if you don't mind. On this day in 1812, the first shots fired in what would be called the Second Revolutionary War, or Revolutionary War Part 2. The War of 1812, first shots fired were done by the ship, the USS President. An American ship fired on the British ship Belvidera. The Americans had declared war on Great Britain in the War of 1812 5 days earlier, but the first shots weren't fired until this day in 1812 on the USS President's fourth cannon shot. The gun exploded on the American ship, and it allowed the Belvidera to escape. But the first shots were fired by the USS President on this day in 1812 for the War of 1812. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. By the way, Ben, just for kicks, if you don't mind, let me ask you this. You're going to be a sophomore at Georgia Tech. First of all, what are you studying? You have a major? Or do you even do majors these days? Do you qualify? Or do you announce a major?
For now, it's business, but that could very well change.
Yeah. So, but it's not. You don't have to link yourself into something, I assume.
Not yet. No.
Now, and again, hope you don't mind. I'm not trying to pry on your personal life, but
no.
These days in college, I have no idea. I mean, I have a master's degree, but that was 50 years ago or whatever. So I don't even know what colleges are like. Do you have lectures? Do you have classes? Do you have?
Yes.
What is your daily thing going to college?
Yes, we have lectures and classes.
And are your lectures like giant lecture hall with 300 kids in them or something? Or Is that like 1 day a week or 5 days a week, or what's your schedule kind of deal?
Some of the rooms are really big, like lectures, and some of them are pretty small. And it can also vary. Some classes can be once a week, and they're like 3 hours long. Some can be two days a week.
Yeah.
Some can be all 5.
Yeah. And do you have homework? Do they give you assignments?
They say no, but usually, yeah.
And how do you get graded? Do you get graded on assignments, or just have a test twice a year, or whatever? I don't know how they grade things these days.
That can also vary. Some of them, this way I hate. Some of them you just have tests and that's it. It just depends on the teacher, honestly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, are you enjoying it? Is it hard? I mean, are you struggled at the end of the week? You're exhausted, kind of deal, or is you just going along, everything okay, or what?
Some classes are hard, but it would be pretty easy for me if I just managed my time correctly.
Yeah. And later I'll ask you about partying, Ben. I want to know about these college chicks these days. You know, they're like, are you in a fraternity?
No.
And we'll talk some more. I hope you don't mind. I'm just curious because, again, you know, I would love to go back. I'd love to go back to, you know, grade or high school to see what's going on, which I think would be a disaster. Anyway, so Ben's joining us here. Our Georgia.
They'd ask you to leave, probably.
Well, I know that. I'm sure they would. Well, you know, it's amazing because, you know, my high school girlfriend just told me she's pregnant. Boy, when her family finds out, they're going to be... No, see, that was an old joke. See, my high school girlfriend. As though I'm dating a high school girl now. See, that was the joke. All right, I'm loose. I don't know where I am. I'm losing it, and it's coming apart. All right, now, big announcement today. The Department of Justice, 455 people in 45 states. One of the biggest healthcare fraud schemes ever. Billions of dollars, almost $7 billion in false claims. The first quarter of last year, the United States revoked 1,000 fraudulent billing privileges. The same period this year, they revoked 1,400, a 40% increase, 1,000 Medicaid payment suspensions, 800 in California alone. That's a 500% increase in fraud that they've caught. Closing loopholes for the fraudsters. One scheme included a nurse in Nevada billed Medicaid for $1 billion in skin substitute allografts. It isn't just filing fake claims trying to make money out of our pockets, performing skin substitute procedures on elderly Americans in hospices and nursing homes and submitting the claims as though she's saving lives, using human beings as piggy banks and taking the money she got to buy a necklace. She bought $900,000 in necklaces, also a $500,000 Ferrari. There's one guy, one woman, I think it was, who got caught using cadaver tissue to send in to prove that she was saving patients from death, and just would take dead body tissue and send it in and get all that. It's almost $7 billion involved with these people. I mean, that's fairly hard to believe. But again, 45 states, 455 people, and they're just starting. They're just beginning. Very, very exciting. All right, Kevin P. Flounder. How about Flounder's funny there, Flounder? What do you think? Yeah, a little something there.
I went out to Iowa not too long ago. Thank you. And I get around a bit. And had a lot of fun out there. And this lady came up to me after the show, and she goes, "Hey, great show." I was like, "Thank you. I appreciate that." And then she goes, "Have you ever milked a cow?" And I said no. And she goes, "Do you want to?" And I said no, you know. Not looking to do a lot of chores after my show. I just kind of want to relax, you know. I'm not trying to go back to this lady's farm and shear the sheep and shoe the horses. Then she was like, "'Cause my husband's getting wild tonight and I need somebody to help me milk the cows." And at that point, I wasn't even sure we were still talking about cows. I was like, but if that's a pickup line, I'm not into it. I don't even know what that could be and be something that I'm into, you know? I don't even like milk that much. Like, I like milk. I had a little bit of milk today, you know? but I don't like it enough to be into milk. I'm not like, ooh, milk, huh? You say you had milk? Well, okay.
Mr. Dusty Slay.
There you go. We've heard him a couple times
Yes.
before. Very amusing.
New guy I like to
Very
listen
amusing
to.
fellow. Our number is 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Coming up, we'll talk more about, there's an update on that Georgia teacher who apparently is having a little trouble trying to follow the rules, even though she's got a little thing on her ankle telling the federal authorities or state authorities where she's been. Anyway, that's all coming up. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Ben's in the back. 404-741-1230. How's your Tuesday? Go Braves. Let's do better tonight. All right, thank you.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A renewed warning to Iran. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump saying moments ago the U.S. will have to finish the job if Iran isn't reasonable. But he also says he thinks Iran will do what they have to do.
The Iran economy has been crushed and their defense industrial base has been damaged so severely that it'll take them many years to rebuild, many years. And now we're trying to work out a deal that's fair.
Sounding an optimistic tone about ongoing talks, even as Iran contradicts some of what the U.S. is saying, including an agreement to allow nuclear inspections to resume. The president speaking at a Mack Trucks plant in Pennsylvania, touting an economic agenda he says is spurring investment and creating jobs. Democrats say it's only costing Americans more money. On the 10th try, the U.S. Senate just passing a war powers resolution already passed by the House, aiming to block further military action against Iran without congressional approval, though it's considered largely symbolic without the force of law. Sentencing day for multiple protesters convicted in the shooting at a Texas immigration center.
8 individuals are sentenced to decades behind bars for last year's armed July 4th attack on the Prairieland ICE detention center in Alvarado, Texas, which resulted in a police officer shot in the neck. Alleged organizer Benjamin Song, who shot and wounded the officer, was sentenced to 100 years in prison. The 7 others received terms ranging from 30 to 70 years. Prosecutors calling it domestic terrorism, calling the violence an attack plotted by Antifa operatives. But defense attorneys deny there were Antifa associations, insisting it was just a demonstration with fireworks before gunshots broke out.
Fox's Lillian Wu. It's the first Antifa-related sentencing after a Trump executive order designating the group as a domestic terror organization. Stocks finished lower. The Dow down 47 points at the bell after earlier gains. America is listening to Fox News.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SHELTER to 989898 today.
There you go. Look out. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and Ben in the back. Yeah. A little Diana Ross action here. 2003, Diana Ross appeared in court and testified she was coerced. She felt intimidated into taking that breathalyzer test that showed her blood alcohol level way over the 0.08 limit. Diana Ross said, quote, "If I didn't take the breath tests, I was either going to go to the hospital or to jail." After her court hearing on this day in 2003, Diana Ross asked the judge if it would be possible to have court paperwork processed using her married name of Diana Nice. The city magistrate said, that's a little late for that now, baby. I don't think so. Diana Ross. There you go. Kimber Pete Flounder and Ben, our intern, is in here with us today, which is very exciting for us. Frances McDormand's birthday. She's 69. And by the way, it's kind of funny. The sheet I have here talking about her said that she's a 2-time Academy Award winner. Actually, she's won 4 of them. Frances McDormand, 69. She won Academy Award for Fargo. She won the Academy Award for Best Actress, a lead role for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, 2018. She also won the Oscar for a Best Actress in Nomadland. I want to say Norman Land after, whatever. After a Best Actress for Nomadland, and she also won the Oscar for the producer of the movie Nomadland. So she's won 4 of them. She was also in Almost Famous, which was another well-done movie. Anyway, Frances McDormand is 69 years old today. And on this day in history, it was 1951, Thomas Holden got arrested. He was the first person on the FBI's 10 most wanted list since it started in 1950. He was the first one. He had killed his wife and her 2 brothers. Holden and Francis Keating robbed payroll deliveries, trains, banks, one of the most notorious hold-up teams by the end of the 1920s. They were captured, convicted in 1928, sentenced to 25 years in prison. After 2 years, they escaped Leavenworth. Formed a new gang, had a bunch of daylight robberies in the 30s. They were captured, returned to Leavenworth, where Holden was paroled in 1947. 2.5 years later, he killed his wife and her brothers during a drunken family argument and became the first person on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Kimber Pete Flounder and Ben the intern, 406, our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. The Supreme Court has ruled unanimously against a property owner in a battle over them being sued and having their property taken away and put up to auction to pay a tax debt. And they claim that when the county or the state took their property to auction it to pay off their tax debt, that the auction total of their farm was something like $70,000 for their land. Instead, they wanted to have the current property value put in there, and the Supreme Court basically said, no, we can't be goofing around with that stuff. They claim that local homeowner or governments must pay the full fair market value of property seized. The Supreme Court said, no, that's not going to work. That was unanimous. The baseline under the taking clause is a tax sale when the tax is fairly conducted in light of the county's history of tax sales. That's the way it goes. So they don't have the right to claim that they should have gotten more money for it. Anyway, just for the record.
They just steal the land, basically.
Well, they can, yeah. Now that's different from eminent domain. Eminent domain, I'm pretty sure that the figure that they have to come up with has got to be some kind of current market value. But if there's an auction for tax lien penalties, it's a whole different story, apparently. I don't know. It's legal stuff, man. Anyway. Kimber Pete Flounder, Ben back. Also, the update on the Georgia teacher, Maris Nichols is her name, 25 years old. And she has already been charged with having sex with a student when she was dramatically rearrested again after she apparently abused 5 others, including a girl. Maris Nichols was a suspended Alexander High teacher, faces 13 charges in total. She was released on bond in May and barred from having any contact with kids other than her daughter. And now, because of apparently she's been abusing the rules of her house arrest 85 different times. She was forced to wear an electronic tag, violated her release 85 times in 27 days, went to locations with kids present, including retail stores and fast food places. So now the prosecutor's saying, we want her put back in jail until her trial. She's undermining the bail conditions. She was a football operations manager at the school west of Atlanta. She poses a significant threat to risk offending, reoffending, and intimidating witnesses. She had sex with a boy in the school closet, sex with a boy in a parked Hummer, romped with a kid in his car at a golf course, has sexted other teens about acts she fantasized with them, made racy video calls to 2 other teens under 16 years old, and sent nudie pictures to a girl and encouraged her to watch 50 Shades of Grey so they could talk about it. And the teen, she sexted, deleted their communications. And now it also, in case you forgot, she also apparently emerged from students she had an OnlyFans account and was being blackmailed by other students who were trying to get better grades. She also apparently had sex with one of her kids while wearing a Jesus Loves You sweater. Miss Nichols, a graduate of Liberty University. Anyway, now they're trying to get her bond revoked because she's been naughty. 409.
And then why is there even a debate about whether she should have it revoked?
I know. I mean, they have to go through the process. I mean, come on, lady. You're not supposed to be doing that. I mean, my God, she got caught. I mean, how could you even want to leave the house? I mean, seriously, how would you want to go to the store? I mean, after what, the charges against you, you would think you'd want to, I don't know. I don't know.
So is it, like you said, the process, but the process is wasted tax dollars on this lady who just needs to be thrown in jail.
Yeah. And again, we have to do it. It just, there's no way. Did my voice just go there for a second?
Yes, again. Wow, when those boys drop.
Man, when testicles.
Girls, look out.
Leave the factory. I'm going to be a dangerous son of a bitch.
If I'll finally be able to finish the deal.
I'm going to start riding my chopper to work. In fact, there's a rodeo. We've been doing advertising for a rodeo coming up here in July, like 10th and 11th or something. So I'm liable to put on my chaps and my bull spur. I have spurs to ride bulls and spurs to ride horses. I'll put my bull spurs on and my chaps and my cowboy hat and go to that rodeo and hang around looking for hot cowboy babes. Anyway. I'm sorry, what do you got?
I need to start teasing this once an hour.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's right. We're going to give you money.
Right.
That's right. I forgot to tease it. I forgot. Now we're making up for it. Win extra $250 starting next Monday.
Starts on Monday,
June 29th. The morning show will be doing it. The Kimmer show will be doing it, giving away $250 to celebrate 250 years of America. And now we don't know, are we going to do a contest or just call number, whatever? We'll figure out something.
They've got everything planned. I'll give you guys the... yeah, so you just have to tease it this week. Nice and do some sexy teases.
Well, now what's the plan? I have to give them away. It'll be part of the plan.
We're going to be cross-promoting the morning show with our show, so we'll be giving away keywords and stuff like that they have to hear, so...
Oh, my God.
It's old school radio, so...
Did you just say that you had to be part of the planning?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm giving away the money.
Well, they're going to have a meeting 3 hours before every show to talk about it, so I think you should be there then.
Yeah, they don't allow me in the meeting area of the company. I'm not allowed in the actual management team section of the building. In fact, the human resources director has a little guard gate there. Anyway, $250 every day. Actually, since we're off on Friday before July 4th,
so that Thursday we'll be doing a double shot.
$500, twice on Thursday. Cool. So again, starting Monday, $250. Just keep listening, and we'll, somebody's going to win some money, which is nice. Now, these freaking Democrats. A couple of observations. They've been the guy last night, Jesse Kelly. Love listening to Jesse Kelly on the way home 6 to 7, and he's been doing the stuff on Glenn Beck has also been doing it. This guy Ro Khanna. You know this guy Ro Khanna? He's a congressman. He's a grease spot. He's a dirty, rotten traitor to his country. Congressman Ro Khanna. He wants Elon Musk investigated for mass murder of 1 million children. Yeah, he says that Elon Musk is responsible for as many as 1 million children dying because Elon Musk's Doge team canceled USAID, the program that was giving away billions of dollars for things like tranny puppet shows in Nepal or something. So he says that Elon Musk ought to be investigated for mass murder, because it's his fault that USAID is now banned and all those children are going to die because they don't learn how to do tranny puppet shows or something. Also, he says, again, this is Ro Khanna. This is a Democrat. He says we should tax Elon Musk 5% just once. And if we tax Elon Musk 5% just once, it'll raise enough money to solve the entire health care problem for all the children in America.
Yep.
If we do it once. So, well, then if we can only have to do it once, why not just take away his rights and take his money if it's for the good of all the children, just like a nice socialist society? You see the key here? Taking away something from people who has something to give to the people who don't. Okay, this is... you're
taking from an achiever to give to lazy that don't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Ro Khanna, this guy claiming all this stuff, Ro Khanna is worth $200 million. I wonder how much he's going to give. Also,
charity starts at home.
Yeah, there you go. Also, and by the way, wasn't it just like a generation or two ago, the words socialist and communist were dangerous, negative, dirty words. And now the whole Democrat Party, 66% of the American Democrats are saying socialism is, a pretty good achievement. It's a goal to shoot for. How did that happen in a very short period of time? That's why 30, 40 years.
They don't teach history. They don't teach history anymore.
They don't teach it for fearing what happened. By the way, where's the example of a good socialist country that's been successful? And a communist country.
They point out to a few of the Scandinavian countries,
Netherlands
and stuff like
or
that,
something, but
mainly because we paid for their military and defense for 100 years.
Yeah, they don't. And plus, y'all get anyway. We all know the story about that. And one more quick thing before we're late for a break. Joy Reid, this woman. I hate talking about The View. I hate talking about Joy Reid because I hate give her any publicity. She went to Harvard. She majored in recreational art or something like that. Anyway, Joy Reid says blacks do not look forward to the 4th of July. They want nothing to do with the 4th of July. She says, you black people just look at the 4th of July as a tribute to slavery. And Joy Reid said this, she's going to leave the Democrat Party if they don't start condemning Jews. If the Democrats don't condemn Israel, and soon she's going to leave the Democrat Party.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. But what? Even that? I mean, what a bunch of freaking traitors to their country. Look out, 4:15. My God.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
I've always had a real affection for the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. My aunt was the widow of a diplomat who negotiated part of the agreement that ended, or should we say suspended, the Korean War. There's an airplane hanging from the ceiling of the Air and Space Museum that my father flew in World War II. The last time I checked, the basket there in the hot air balloon was the same make and model of the one I flew for 1,000 hours. Now Trump is after the wokeism of the Smithsonian. You're probably not going to read a lot about that, but let me share you some of the things about the Smithsonian that has him and a lot of other Americans upset. The Natural Museum of American History. It's no longer about Ben Franklin's kite or the original Star-Spangled Banner. Now it's pride flags and panels about systemic oppression. The Entertainment Nation exhibit shows Mickey Mouse as a legacy of blackface and the Lone Ranger a metaphor for U.S. imperialism. The Smithsonian American Art Museum has a feature now showing sculpture has been a powerful tool in promoting scientific racism. So many exhibits that have nothing to do with race whatsoever find it necessary to insert racism and slavery into every aspect of American life. I'm afraid it would be really depressing to visit the Smithsonian today. Maybe Donald Trump just wants to make Americans proud of the Smithsonian again. Oh, by the way, did I tell you about the artist who withdrew her submission of a statue of the Statue of Liberty? Yep, she was afraid the Smithsonian would reject the statue because she depicted the Statue of Liberty as transgender. Can't make it up. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, this is Lowe's with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy. the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey there, this is Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses and events like Cobb County Pro Rodeo.
Hi, I am Seth Bice with Bice Rodeo Productions. We are partnering with Southern Rodeo Company for the 2nd annual Cobb County Pro Rodeo. Join us for an exciting weekend of professional cowboys and cowgirls from across the country and the best bucking horses and bulls from across the nation. We are both proud to be family-owned businesses, sanctioned through the International Professional Rodeo Association, and thrilled to be voted the top 5 new rodeo in North America by the IPRA. We can't wait to see you at Jim Miller Park, July 10th and 11th.
Oh, you know I'll be there. Trust me, friends. You don't want to miss this exciting, family-friendly event. This will be a sellout, so go to rodeoticket.com and get your tickets now. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Now I'm ready. Everything's fine. I got it. Ready to go here. There we go. Boy, I haven't heard this song in 50 or 60 years. Buddy Holly. As on this day in 1990, Buddy Holly's Gibson acoustic guitar sold at Sotheby's auction for $237,000. The acoustic guitar by Gibson was in a tooled leather case made by Buddy Holly. And there you go. Kim, Pete, and Flounder, and Ben Intern is in the back there. 404-741-1230 is our number. Little dingly goes. The sound was way different back then. Of course, so was the quality of the recordings. Anyway, our birthday list includes Ted Shackelford. Ted Shackelford is 80 years old. Ted Shackelford played the black sheep Gary Ewing in the series Dallas. Ted Shackelford, at 80 years old today, was also in Knots Landing, in case you remember that series as well. And on this day in history, it was 1997, civil rights activist Betty Shabazz, who happened to be the widow of Malcolm X. Betty Shabazz died in New York from burns suffered in a fire that happened to be set by her 12-year-old grandson. Her 12-year-old grandson set fire to the place that killed her. She was 61 when she died of her burns. Malcolm Shabazz, the kid who did it, the 12-year-old grandson, got 18 months in a facility specializing in young urban arsonists. That's what it says here. Okay, well, whatever. All right, look out. Kim, Pete, and Flounder and Ben. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We're going to play cuts 1 and 3 here, Flounder. An update on the terrible story of Austin Metcalf and his father, Austin Metcalf, murdered by Carmelo Anthony, that young teenager in the Texas business, remember, at the sporting event and so forth. And now everybody, I mean, this is just appalling how these liberals are trying to make something out of this that is certainly not. The father of the dead boy, Austin Metcalf, the father, Jeff, lashed out at Sonny Hostin, one of the members of The View. Again, I even hate talking about these people because they're just disgusting. They're traitors to their country, and they're vicious haters. And Sonny Hostin says that the jury in Texas never should have thrown out the self-defense argument. She said, the kid that died was 200 pounds, and the black kid was only 130, and he was the only black kid under the tent, and he had his twin brother with the other guy and was large, and if you don't fear for your life, man, I'd be terrified. Anyway, just one thing after another. So Jeff Metcalf, the father, says people have their own opinions without even seeing the facts. That's a part I have trouble with. Today's moral decay of society, we've witnessed people believe that if they have their own voice, they scream loud enough, they're right about it. And she wants to spew her public opinion on a platform that reaches millions of people. Here's cut number one, Flounder. This is Jeff Metcalf talking about the family attitude on the death of his son.
I was hoping we could show the world this wasn't a racial divide thing, that we could kind of close the gap instead of widening it. But at that point, they'd obviously retained the services of Dominique Alexander, a convicted baby-shaking felon advocate who decided to throw me out of the press conference, had me removed by police, and then proceeded to gaslight me that I shouldn't have been there, and it was not dignified to my son or myself. The two things I said on one of the first interviews I ever did was, please don't make this about race, and please don't politicize it. But they chose to do both. I was hoping for some accountability, maybe, and some remorse. Neither one was shown. They weren't there for the sentencing, and they were not there for victim impact statements. They left that poor child up there by himself. As soon as the verdict was read, he was guilty. His family and some other advocates left the courtroom and turned in their badges.
And as for Sonny Hostin, a vicious accusation from the nasty panel of hate. Cut number three, Flounder. Sonny on The View.
One last thing, I know we're playing the music, but Austin Metcalf's the victim, the deceased. His father went on a podcast, and listen to it for yourself, but he called Carmelo Anthony a racial slur, and he also said that the reason that black people weren't on the jury is because black people are unable to hold bias from the trial because they don't know their own fathers, have a bunch of baby mamas running around living off of government assistance. So that is the thing. That's the thinking of the victim's father.
Well, let's not say that was the victim's
I'm not saying
thinking
it was the
as well.
Of the victim, but of the victim's father.
Well, and we'll let you sit with that. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right. I mean, the killer's family left. Quote: the father said, left that poor child up there by himself. When the guilty verdict was announced, they didn't have any part of it. They didn't hear any of the victim witness statements, or they just left him up there alone. And then complained that it was all racist and he didn't deserve it and he should get new trial. I mean, it's just, appalling. Appalling. All right. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. When do you want to do a game? We have Ben here. When you want to do a game after the 4:30 break?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. So I have Ben get ready, and this will be.
Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I've got my. Look at this. I got a Pete game sheet right here, so I'll probably remember part of it.
You need to cut the history moment down to at least 5 minutes.
Well, I've got a longer one coming up, but it's a good one. So.
But you take the whole segment.
Well, sometimes it's important stuff. You don't get this everywhere. People need to hear this stuff. They don't get it in school.
If I'm not weeping, it's not touching me.
Well, then it's not Glenn Beck time because he can make you cry every freaking day. I swear to God, every freaking day he has a crying segment. I'm not making that up.
He's a great broadcaster.
Great, wonderful.
He has yet to make me cry.
Well, I know, but because
I'm a grown man, for God's sake.
Well, yeah, so am I. Oh, mercy. Donald Trump is suing ABC again. I love this stuff. And again, these freaking reporters are going nuts over the reflecting pool. I mean, it's just amazing. Clearly, people have been messing with it to make Donald Trump look bad and to make this a major story as though it's a major story. It's he's trying to beautify the city, which has been working, and also taking away the crime attitude about it, which is the thing. But anyway, the president's launching another swipe last night as they're battling algae and peeling blue coating paint and apparently vandalizing by Democrats at the D.C. landmark. Donald Trump had it repainted, said he wanted American flag blue. And then ABC, he said, refused to even mention the fact that the enormous sums of money spent under Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden, the cadaver auto pen president, on the 2,000-foot-long pool while reviving his feud with the network after paying him $16 million for another lawsuit case. The reflecting pool, Donald Trump says, ABC fake news, one of the worst in the business, after paying me $16 million for past bad accurate reporting, failed to report that their close friends, Democrats, Obama and Biden, spent $100 million on the reflecting pool, and it never worked. The pool had been rarely opened because of leaks and stench from their previous plans would have cost $400 million before they abandoned the whole thing. So Donald Trump, instead of spending $100 to $200 million, spent $16 million on the overhaul, and it was much more work than they thought originally because it included outer areas like sidewalks and walking areas, stuff like that. And then, of course, the vandals got to it, which he says we're fixing. So he's going to sue ABC again because they've been lying about the whole deal. The algae blooming refilled sections of the water murky green, blaming the problem on vandals and people using knives to gash 100-foot-long swipes into the pool. Many of the statues and fountains that were rebuilt by law, by the way, if you affect them and hurt them, there's a federal law about it. You could get a 10-year prison sentence for destroying your destruction of federal property. And the Park Service says they're going to enforce it. And, Janine Pirro is going to enforce it. And she's the U.S. attorney for that area. Anyway, just more stuff. Also, a coffee shop with a Jew hater. And Mondami also supporting another Jew hater case. We'll get to all that coming up here, too, as a communist trying to take over America with Kimber, Pete, and Flounder and our intern, Ben. And we got a game with Ben coming up here, too. Our intern from Georgia Tech. And Pete's Tweets and Holy Crap at Sports and Flounder's Funnies. And we got stuff all over the place here on 106.3. How you doing?
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word, it was a way of life. The freedom to move forward, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But pain has a way of taking those freedoms away. That's why Relief Factor exists and why I endorse it. I've seen how many in this audience have regained their freedom and they're back to living life on their own terms. Relief Factor, it's 100% drug-free. It's a research-based supplement designed to help support a healthy inflammatory response, addressing pain at its source, not just covering it up. Over 1 million Americans have found relief and reclaimed parts of their life they thought were behind them. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself a simple question. Are you living with the freedom you deserve? Relief Factor. They give you the opportunity to live pain-free and to get back to the life you love. To commemorate our country's birth, they are offering a special patriotic price, just $17.76. So you can celebrate your freedom from pain. Your $17.76 3-week quick start is ready for you right now. ReliefFactor.com, 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4-RELIEF.
Georgia is growing. That means more jobs and more economic opportunity. As we enhance electric grid to power this growth, we're working to minimize disruptions in your community. Our crews always put safety first. Please watch for them working alongside the road and move over if you're driving. We will make every effort to choose the least disruptive route for new power lines while balancing community and environmental impact, costs, and reliability. Watch your mailbox for letters or postcards from Georgia Power. We're proud to be here for Georgia and here for you.
Sponsored by Georgia Power.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Now see, Ben doesn't understand this whole whistle thing where the team turns on the Kimmer, trying to criticize the early morning work, getting ready for everything, and then not counting different stories and stuff.
14 times you awoke.
Well, I was up anyway. 5:30 comes early, and might as well get going. That's my motto.
14 times you have done 5.
Well, now see, that's close.
Actually, I sold you a little high. 11 times. You've done 5 of 11.
Well, there you go. Well, I added some later. I added a whole bunch later. So, and I haven't gotten to some of them, but anyway. Well, I'll try to do better. All right, Kimber P. Flounder, Ben's in the back. We're doing a game here in a second. Our birthday list includes. Well, who was I going to do here? Let's see. How about that naughty little Selma Blair? Selma Blair's 54. Selma Blair was Dr. Kate Wales on anger management. Liz Sherman in Hellboy. She revealed in 2018 that Selma Blair's been dealing with MS for some time. Selma Blair, 54, was in Legally Blonde. That was a really good role she did, too. She kind of stole a lot of the scenes in that movie. She looked great, too, by the way. And also, I remember her. I bet Pete Davis does, and I don't know, Flounder, are you familiar with the Selma Blair and Cruel Intentions?
I remember, it's been forever since I've seen it.
Yes. Selma Blair, Cruel Intentions. What that girl? Who's that girl? The other girl? What's her name? Not Sarah Jessica. What the hell was the girl with Selma Blair in Cruel Intentions?
No idea.
Oh, God. Oh, I can't believe. I hate when I do this. She's more famous than Selma Blair. Cruel Intentions.
I don't know, but how about we get to the game?
Okay, fine. Well, then I won't even do my history. Let's go right to the game. There we go. Hey, Johnny Olson. Who's our next contestant on Holy Crap, Pete Davis Has a Game?
Need a show of hands about how many heterosexual men have actually seen the movie Cruel Intentions.
I saw that scene from Cruel Intentions. I think every other guy who's a real man probably has too. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All three of you going to play?
Yeah, well, whatever you want to do. You got the game. Whatever you want to do.
All right. So whoever blurts out the answer first is the winner.
All right, sir. All right.
Who was the first American astronaut in space?
First American astronaut, I know that. Alan Shepard.
Alan Shepard.
He was not the first one to circle. It was John Glenn who was the first one to circle everything, but Alan Shepard was the first one.
Is Ben's mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, all right.
Did you do that also, Ben? Were you trying to get on there and whatever?
I would have gotten it wrong anyway.
Okay.
He had his hand up.
Well, there you go.
Answer me. What does the U.S. motto E pluribus unum mean?
Out of many, one.
Oh, dang. Kimmer's jumped off to a 2-0
Jumping out of the gates here, Kimmer.
Damn. They don't teach that anymore. You notice that?
No, they don't.
Divided we stand, divided we fall, e pluribus unum. They don't teach. The teachers' unions don't teach that anymore.
We don't really know that.
What state has the largest national park in the U.S.?
Montana.
California.
Wow.
I'm still listening.
Arizona. All right. How about South Dakota? North Dakota. Well, hell, it's got to be one of the western states with wasn't Grand Canyon? I can't believe it.
Why are y'all just letting Kimmer answer these?
I don't know.
Washington.
Largest state. It wouldn't be a.
Nope.
You said no on Montana, no on California, no on Colorado.
Nope.
No, the South Dakota, North Dakota,
nope.
New York,
Nope.
New York.
Nope.
The largest national park. Is that what the question was?
Yep.
Georgia.
Nope.
Wow. That's a great. I should call my daughter Sarah. They go to national parks every year. They take the kids to at least 2 national parks. Georgia.
You just Googled it, Ben.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
I can't say it anymore. I'm being an idiot now.
Where?
No. I mean, if he's done it, if he Googled it, if he had time to do it.
What is it?
What's your answer?
Alaska.
Alaska.
Damn.
Oh.
The Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Preserve. What states are the start and end of America's longest highway?
The start and end of America. Wow. Well, it's got to be either Texas or Oklahoma.
Is it California to Georgia?
Nope.
Are you talking about the road within one state?
It's Route 20. What two states are the start and end of the longest highway in America?
Oh, I got you. I
don't think it's one state.
I got you. Two states start and end. Well, it's got to be. Let's see.
Either end. Is that what she said?
Hello. That would be Georgia and...
No.
Oh, sorry. That would be...
I don't think you guys are going to get this.
I don't know geography.
No, this is a tough one.
I'm not getting this one.
What?
Route 20 from Boston, Massachusetts to Newport, Oregon.
Yeah, I never would have got that.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Which explorer discovered the Mississippi River? It actually died and was buried by put in a canoe and sent down the river after he died.
Oh, I remember. I should know this because I remember the story. De La Salle.
Nope.
De Leon.
No.
De Leon.
It's Spanish. Does that help? He's Spanish?
I almost had it.
15th century, basically, or 16th century, totally ignored by historians and teachers' unions. It's
not Vespucci.
All right, you won't know. Hernando de Soto.
De Soto, that's what I was thinking. De Sal, I was thinking De Soto. Yes.
Who, by the way, marched all the way through Georgia, all around North Georgia, all around up here and through around Atlanta.
Cool.
A lot of people don't teach you that either.
No, they don't.
That
teach
he was
you
here.
That. No, they don't. They don't teach.
How
you
many states were eventually created by the Louisiana Purchase in 1803?
7.
Higher.
8.
12.
Higher.
14.
Higher.
26.
Lower.
20.
Lower.
21.
18.
19.
Lower.
16.
16.
14.
Higher.
15.
They're 15.
Gets it. 15.
Ben got one. Way to go, Ben.
Today's
Ben's
college
got
students.
2. Flounder, you're getting skunked here. What was the name of the Native American tribe the Pilgrims celebrated the first Thanksgiving with?
Something like the Pequot or something like that. It was real unusual.
You're not getting this one. It's the Wampanoag tribe.
Okay.
That was my next guess.
Yeah.
Which state is Juan Ponce de Leon credited with discovering?
Louisiana.
Nope.
Mississippi.
Nope.
Georgia.
Nope. Fountain of Youth.
Florida.
All right. I think it was Flounder finally got on the board there with that
We'll
one.
give him that one. Yeah.
During the Gilded Age, who was the richest American and the country's first billionaire?
That would be the Standard Oil guy.
What's his name?
The Rockefellers?
Oh, Flounder gets it. Rockefellers. Standard Oil.
Wait a minute.
John D. Rockefeller.
Screwed out of the thing.
All right. Going into the final question. Ben has 2.
Yeah.
Flounder 2, Kimmer 2.
Yeah.
This will decide.
All
right. Who was the United States why was the U.S. Secret Service officially formed in July of 1865?
Take care of money. Take care of the currency.
To stamp out rampant counterfeiting after the Civil War. Kimmer comes out at the end here.
Boom.
Wow, that's the closest ever.
And by the way, I think it was the reason they started doing Secret Service protection for presidents was it after the Lincoln assassination that they became also involved in guarding the president. I forgot the exact there was the reason for it at the end.
When was Lincoln assassinated? April of 1865?
I think it was, I can't remember the month.
So it must have been after that,
Yeah.
July was when they formed them.
Yep. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben. All right, boys, that was fun. And Pete Davis quiz. And now to the phones. Mr. Phone ringing with Rick. It's Rick the Painter. It's Rick the Painter. Happy Tuesday, Rick the Painter. How's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about the auto issues.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, guys sitting around talking about, just in the conversation, you would know they were talking about their automobiles in the 70s. Now, today, you might have to think, you might think something different. Like in the 70s, the guy sitting around, he says, "Hey, Bill."
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yesterday I blew a tranny." Well, today they play.
Hey, ho, hi-oh, ho.
Hello.
Whole different story today, you mean, kind of a ha, ho.
Okay.
Getting a little spicy there with
Kimmer?
Yeah.
Every fortune teller I've ever met is either incredibly depressed or way too enthusiastic.
Depressed or too enthusiastic? What do you mean?
Why can't I find a happy medium?
A happy medium, ladies and gentlemen. The fortune of the medium. All right, sir. By the way, speaking of automobiles, shall I admit something to you? As you know, my car's in the shop, and so they give me a loaner, which is great. But it's a new car, and it's a Ford, and it's one of those little four-door kind of mini station wagon thing. I don't know what they call it. It's a mid-sized. It's a nice little. It's all modern. It's all new. It's front-wheel drive, which I hate. And of course, they're floaty, which it's not the cars I'm used to driving, but it's a great thing, and I'm lucky to have it, and stuff like that. But I don't know how to work anything. Last night, I get in the car when I come into the parking garage and I turn the car off. I make sure the radio station is on our radio station. So when I get in the car after the show and get in there, I'm automatically going to turn the car and listening to Jesse Kelly at night because I don't want to miss any minute that I can. So I always have the radio on Jesse Kelly on 106.3 when I get in the car. And last night I got in the car and I looked at the little mini. The plate, what do you call it? The computer thing has all the stuff on it. The face,
the menu.
Yeah, the menu of the dashboard thing. What the hell do you call that?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, what do you call the thing on your freaking car where you read all the crap and stuff in the front of you? It's over the radio. It's a big square computer board. I mean, what the hell is it called?
It's a computer board.
No, there must be a name. Yeah, okay.
It's a TV screen.
The TV screen of your car. Okay.
It's a smart screen.
There you go. Well, it's got normally when I turn it on, it'll say what station you're listening to, and in the upper right hand corner, a small map of where you are, and that's basically it. Well, and then it has a thing that's called source, and you hit the source button, you can change to go to AM or FM or satellite radio or whatever you plugged in, stuff like that. Well, last night the source thing was gone. There was no source thing, and it was locked in to a map of everything plus the radio station of our station. But I couldn't get it off of that. There was no way to exit so I'm looking at all the dials down below. There's like a million of these little freaking app signals, symbols and stuff, but they don't know what they are. So I'm hitting all these symbols to see if that's going to get me off this frozen faceplate. I couldn't get it out of it to change the channel or do it during whatever. And so I kept all of a sudden the seat got warm and the rear windshield wiper started working in the back window. I mean, I'm hitting everything to see what the hell's going on in here. Nothing's working. So finally I called the freaking service manager of Schottenkirk Ford himself. He made the mistake of giving me his number a couple of years ago. So I called him and I said, I know this sounds stupid. I don't know how to work this radio. I said, it's blocking me if I can't do it. He said, well, is there a source thing? No, there's no source. I don't know how to do it. So I just got to punching things, and I finally found this one, H, I guess was for home, and that put me on playing, and I'm doing, anyway, so I finally figured it out with his help on what the hell to do. But I mean, I feel like such an idiot. This is modern technology, and it was just like, it happens all the time with my TV and everything else. It doesn't make things better. It makes things way more complicated. How could you not just hit the button to see what you want to watch? I mean, anyway. But it's a great car. It's a beautiful car, but I don't know how to work it.
I'm going through it right now. I've rewritten my book. I need it formatted to put up on Amazon, and most people can do that. I look at it. I'm going to literally have to pay someone to format this so it'll be able to be put up.
That's to make it easy for people to get. Yeah, to make it easy for people to get. You can't do it because it's too hard to make it easy.
That says here, format. Yeah. You push it and things happen.
I love it. All right, here we go. 446. Kimmer P. Flounder and Ben in the back, and it's your show too on 106.3. Look out.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
Your next vehicle is at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs. Whether you need a truck that works as hard as you do, an SUV built for family adventures, or a vehicle that makes every commute more enjoyable, you'll find it at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs.
Shop an outstanding selection of new Ford models, including the F-150, Bronco, Explorer, Escape, and more. Plus a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles.
At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, our team is committed to making your buying experience quick, easy, and convenient so you can spend less time at the dealership and more time enjoying the drive.
Start online at JimEllisFordSandySprings.com. Browse inventory, value your trade, explore payment options, even complete your entire purchase from the comfort of home. Discover why so many drivers choose Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs. Visit JimEllisFordSandySprings.com or stop by 7555 Roswell Road, just 4 miles north of I-285. Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. When professionals need serious mowing power, they turn to Exmark mowers from Howard Brothers. Built for durability, comfort, and that signature Exmark cut, Exmark mowers are made to perform all season long. So, if you're growing your business or tackling that summer lawn, Exmark delivers the performance that pros trust. Head over to Howard Brothers and see why these mowers stand above the rest. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who is recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state for 21 consecutive years as Georgia's super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
And now, Deep Thoughts with Neil Bortz.
If you replace the W with T in what, where, and when, you get the answer to each of them.
An extra 106.3 AI exclusive.
Yikes. Okie dokie. Madonna. I got a couple of her songs. Like a Prayer is one of my favorite songs. Well, not favorite, but I have it on my magic music stick. On this day, 1990, Madonna got sued by a 13-year-old kid named Keith Sorrentino. Sued her for $600,000. Claiming that as a 13-year-old, he suffered nightmares and bedwetting after an incident outside Madonna's home when there was an issue and a fight of some kind, and she flung him to the ground. He sued for damages at 13 years old, and it was I had to grok this to find out what happened. He originally sued for about $600,000. Madonna turned down a settlement offer of $350,000 to pay him. They did settle out of court. She paid him something, but the amount was secret. But anyway, he sued because she roughed him up outside of her home. And the whole story behind that. All right, there we go. Birthday. Randy Jackson. The producer, music guy, Randy Jackson, is 70 years old today. And on this day in history, I love my typewriter. I don't use it much anymore, but I love my typewriter, my silly Select IBM something or other, something 2, or I don't know what it's called. It all started in 1868. A newspaper man named Christopher Sholes made a few attempts at inventing a typesetting machine because his printers went on strike. So he said, well, I'll do it myself. He collaborated with another printer and created the first mechanical typewriter in 1867. The first version, he cobbled together an old table, a circular piece of glass, a telegraph key, and piano wire. It was only able to type capital letters and the numbers 2 through 9. They eventually approved upon it and got it. This was in 1868. In 1873, a practical version was built, and this guy Sholes also coined the word typewriter, and he also created what's called the QWERTY keyboard, which is the layout on a typewriter, QWERTY, which he used on his typewriter. And again, I remember in school, Let me finish the story here. The early attempt had some flaws, but they improved the machine and sold it to Remington and Sons, better known for their electric razors. But anyway, that's the first typewriter. And I remember in school, there was actually typing class. And nobody could understand how you meant. Yeah, we all did. And I remember when you said, "No, why is the Q over there and then the U?" I mean, trying to figure out. But it makes perfect sense now. And everybody can type. And again, by the way, back in my day, as an old fart, typing was for girls. Period. And in school, the girls had home ec and they learned how to type, and boys learned eventually. They had typing classes, but still, it was nobody knew. Everybody can type like crazy now because everything's keyboard. Everything's keyboard.
They told us, and they said, when you say you want to be a journalist, you're gonna have to learn to type. Yeah. So we gladly took it. It was an easy class.
Absolutely. And again, it's just as soon as you do it, it's just muscle memory, and things work out pretty good. Anyway, all right, here we go. Oh my goodness, Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben, our intern from Georgia Tech, is joining us today. More turned down from courts for Donald Trump's activities. A girl judge appointed by Barack Hussein Puditat has rejected the administration's attempt to only have people get healthy food when they're using SNAP benefits for food stamps. There are several states, along with Donald Trump, tried to prevent people on SNAP food stamp benefits from buying soda, candy, and sugary products. But the girl judge by Obama said that Congress defined what food is supposed to be. USDA cannot waive or amend the definition of food. She said the lawsuit approves state waivers rejecting food purchases of candy and soft drinks, energy drinks. But the activist judge blocked the common sense restriction on SNAP benefits for soda and junk, not sugar bombs fueling obesity, diabetes, and skyrocketing health care costs for low-income families. Anyway, the SNAP benefits waivers were restricted waivers in over 20 states, but said taxpayer funds should not be used to purchase junk food or controversial, but the judge said, well, you can pretty much buy whatever you want, apparently. So that's kind of bizarre. Also, the Department of Justice is launching civil rights probes into a famous coffee shop in New York, which got into some national publicity problems here when the Park Slope coffee shop denied service to a politician who supports Israel. The coffee shop is called Poetica Coffee. Raked over the coals, Congressman Dan Goldman, in an unhinged social media rant, he said, "Hey, Congressman Dan Goldman, we see that you stopped by our shop today for a coffee. Do you see how it doesn't taste like genocide juice? Or are you still having a hard time telling the difference?" A reference to his support for Israel. See, here at Poetica, it said, "We don't serve racists, fascists, homophobes, genocide enablers, or anyone in between. Too bad we didn't recognize you right away. We would have turned you away. We issued you a refund. We don't need your money. Probably coming from AIPAC anyway. Enjoy your loss on Tuesday, Election Day. Don't ever come back here to Poetica." And by the way, their mission statement of the coffee shop says, "We treat all people with unconditional dignity." I swear to God, their website, "We treat all people with unconditional dignity. The guest is sacred because the act of welcoming is how a community keeps itself intact." I swear to God.
Unless they're Jewish.
Yeah, they're Jewish. Yeah. And by the way, the owner of the coffee shop doubled down. They released some of his texts and emails and social media rants. He says he's a Jew hater. He says the Jews are worse than Nazis. He blames the Jews for slaughtering innocent children. I mean, it's unbelievable. A coffee shop in New York. And by the way, I still can't get over it. As an old fart, everything that, when I hear the word New York City and Jewish things, I think, well, New York's known for its Jewish occupation. It's a population, and it's a successful
you almost said
occupation.
Jewish occupation in New York.
When they were talking about the Nazis, and I got mixed up with what they're claiming of the Jews. Yeah. But again, successful Jewish businessmen, and New York, a very, very famous place for successful Jewish businessmen, and all of a sudden now they hate them all. I mean, I can't believe it.
To use the term genocide, especially when it comes to Israel, the depth of the stupidity and the lack of knowledge about just basic history.
Yeah. But the danger is that when they say that and people are listening and they get it on their social media, on their telephone and the iPhone, and they're saying, oh, my God, I can't believe that those Jews are not like Nazis. No, just because he said it doesn't mean,
they don't even know what genocide means.
I know.
Last time I checked, the Palestinians had not been wiped off the face of the earth. 6 million had not been put in camps.
Yeah.
You know what has happened to them?
Yeah.
They've been kicked out of Jordan.
Yeah,
They've been
right.
kicked out of Saudi Arabia. They've been kicked out of Egypt. They're trying to kick them out of Lebanon.
Yeah.
They've been kicked out of Israel now because all they do is foment unrest and civil unrest and try and assassinate and overthrow the governments. The king of Jordan threw them out because they tried to kill him.
I know.
Give me one thing they've given us. What have the Palestinian people given to the world?
Well, they haven't given us
nothing but a pain in the ass.
They didn't give us a Flounder's Funny, I know that, but we'll give you one right now. If they just
Things are better now. People over 40 back me up on this. Back me up on how sloppy and disorganized the world used to be. Remember when sunblock began? Young people, there was no sunblock. There was suntan oil, and then the next week they were like, hey, that was lube for cancer. Block your whole thing. White people were getting scorched, is my point. We were getting scorched. As a white person, you go outside, you knew it was time to go back in when you were like, do you smell meat? It was you. And you know who doesn't care? My black friends. I try to tell my black friends, I'm like, dude, I've gotten second-degree bubbly burns. White people get skin cancer 30 times more than black people. And all my black friends are like, yeah, Neil, I'm having a hard time finding my passion for this. You know what I'm starting to realize? I'm starting to realize that if you think about it, this is going to sound crazy, but if you think about it, the sun is basically the cops for white people. Think about it. Following us around everywhere we go. With us because of the color of our skin. Killing our cousins for no reason. And then when I tell my black friends that the sun killed my cousin, they're like, well, what was he wearing? I'm like,
Mr. Neil Brennan.
Outstanding. All right, boys, coming up, holy crap at sports, along with all the news and some real weird baseball stuff. We got soccer stuff, and it's all coming your way up. Almost 5 o'clock on 106.3. Kevin Pete Flounder and intern Ben joining us again today. Look out.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Congress sends a message to the president. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The U.S. Senate passing a war powers resolution on the 10th try. It already passed the House and is aimed at blocking more military action against Iran without approval from lawmakers, though it's considered largely symbolic. 4 Republicans voting in favor of the resolution, including Kentucky's Rand Paul. But he tells Fox Business he stands with President Trump on diplomacy.
I think they will trade their nuclear program because they have been thoroughly decimated. I don't think they're excited about it, but I think ultimately they will trade their nuclear program. And I think their enriched uranium, there's never been a better time than to have it removed from the country than now.
The Senate vote was 50-48, with 2 Republican senators absent and 1 Democrat, Pennsylvania's John Fetterman, voting against it. President Trump insisting talks with Iran are going well and that his economic agenda is spurring growth.
Right now, we have more factories being built, and I mean car factories, AI factories, factories of every type than we've ever had in the history of our country by 3 times.
Visiting a Mack Trucks plant in Pennsylvania, where he also urged voters to support Congressman Ryan McKenzie, an incumbent Republican being challenged by Democrat Bob Brooks. In primaries today, 2 incumbent House Democrats are facing progressive challengers, backed by New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani.
What we see in these candidacies is a referendum on
on whether the kind of leadership we have is the one that is serving the people of the city.
The self-proclaimed Democratic Socialist says not just more Democrats, but better ones should be elected. Several House races on the New York ballot, along with another in Utah. Voters are also settling the fall candidates for governor in Maryland and in South Carolina, where both Republicans in a runoff race now have President Trump's support. America is listening to Fox News.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SHELTER to 989898 today.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kivers, silly rabbit, with Pete Davis and Flounder and Ben the intern from Georgia Tech on your radio station. The only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. The FOM of Atlanta, 106.3. Our number is 404-741-1230. Okay, so we got a phone call. It's called the display screen. A few minutes ago, if you just got out of work and hit your car radio, I was trying to describe the freaking thing in the car. I've got a loaner car, and it's a new car, and it's all got all this stuff on it, and it has that square computer, a TV screen thing, and we couldn't, I don't know what it's called. They're calling it a display screen. So, and what was it, Flounder? Who called in and said what now?
Clayton. He said we all have Alzheimer's.
Yeah, well,
Alzheimer's.
At least I do. And the other thing is, the girl I was trying to think of, Sarah Michelle Gellar. That was the kissing girl with the other girl who had the birthday, Selma Blair. And that was a famous kissing scene where she taught her how to French kiss. And I think that was that movie. Wasn't that movie Cruel Intentions? Or was it a different one? I think that was that movie.
I think it was that movie.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was the other girl I was trying to think of, and I had to grok it. Let's see. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and our friend Ben, the intern, today. Let's see. A couple of update things here. We got some newsy stuff. Holy crap, at sports is coming up. A lot of sports activity going on, baseball and otherwise. And the latest on the Iran business. Again, we'll take this with a grain of salt. I don't think anything really matters until the end, and they see whether they do abide by what they claim they'll do. Iranian President Peshukshak says, and now wait a minute, you guys got it all wrong. At a joint news conference, he said Iran's missiles are not included in the Memorandum of Understanding and never will be. The president of Iran said Tehran will never negotiate its defense capabilities with any nation and said Iran believes regional peace and stability can only be achieved through honest dialogue and intra-regional cooperation. Donald Trump was asked about this, and Iran's economy's been crushed and damaged. Their oil prices and exports through the Strait of Hormuz and so forth. In fact, let's play cut number 2 here, Flounder. Donald Trump was also asked by a reporter about this whole business of nuclear inspectors coming into Iran, and here's what the president said about that very issue.
The Iranians are saying there's no scheduled visit for the IAEA inspectors. Is that part of your agreement?
They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspection. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
And Iran says there's no reason to buy X-Bonnet.
told you, Mr. President, when will those inspectors actually be on the ground?
At the appropriate time. At the appropriate time. There's no rush.
Well, it's kind of hard to hear, but he said the Iran economy's been crushed, defense industrial base been damaged so severely it'll take years, if ever, to rebuild. We're working out a deal that's fair, want to work out a deal. Stock market hit a new high. Oil for the first time in months is now $70 a barrel. And by the way, think of that. And a couple other things I mentioned. I think Glenn Beck mentioned the same thing, too, about a question I have as well. Okay, there millions and millions of barrels of oil are getting through the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to where they want to go. Donald Trump has also made clear, and we all know the facts of the matter are, that the price per barrel of oil is about $70. It used to be $100 and more, and they were saying, boy, this is going to ruin everything, and that's when the barrel of oil was $100 a barrel. That's why gas prices are $4 a gallon. Well, now they're $70 a barrel, so how come the gas prices haven't come down?
Right.
A lot.
I paid $4.18 a gallon this morning.
Yeah. And now, again, they're going to say, well, the tank farm prices or the price they're charging at the pump now is the gas that came in before, which is higher. So, I mean, yeah, okay. But it still doesn't make any sense because when the oil prices for the barrel went up to $100, the gas prices shot up immediately. So if it goes up and it shoots up immediately, how come when it comes down, it doesn't shoot down immediately?
And how come we've been told we're energy independent for how many years now? Doesn't matter who the president is. We're told we're energy independent, and yet we're still paying outrageous prices for gas.
Well, I think part of that is that there was a setback because of what the cadaver Autopen president did when he shut down the pipelines, and we were no longer energy dependent. But and so now we're trying to get back where we were. And the price of a barrel of oil now is where it was before the whole thing started. So, I mean, the prices should be dropping quickly and everywhere. So if they don't, then the problem is you're going to blame Trump for this. If he's done everything right. The oil's flowing. The people are getting there. Everything's right. Everything's doing right. And still, I saw a survey: 60% of Republicans think Trump's doing a bad job on the economy.
Well, you're going to blame the president. That's the problem. Yeah. That's why Clinton ran on it in '92. It's the economy's stupid.
But he's doing all the right things. Everything
but he's not doing it. He's not getting the word out, though, what he's doing. Well, that's the problem with this. He's doing the right thing, but the American people aren't getting the message.
Well, again, Pete, today he's live once again every stinking day talking about the price of oil and the economy and everything else.
That means nothing. What means nothing is what happened to me today. You get there and it's $4.18 a gallon.
I know, but he's getting the word out, but nobody's paying attention. It doesn't make any difference. I mean, that's what's scary.
Well, the thing is, during COVID, they jacked the meat up, they jacked the eggs up, they jacked everything up, and they never brought it back down.
That's right. That's right.
Because we got like 3 meat packing plants, all foreign owned here in America, and no one puts some pressure on them to bring the prices down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare. And again, I really don't understand. I know there are tank farm prices, and the gas that's in a tank farm that's now being shipped to the gas stations is not the gas at the same price that's being offered now. But still, there's got to be a reason why if it goes way up and then the price goes up, why when it goes down that the price doesn't go down.
They're making money off of it, so why should they stop when they're making money and no one makes them quit?
Well,
we were told the Permian Basin in Texas had enough for 200 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Why are we paying $4 a gallon?
Yeah.
Why are we even worried what's going on in the Middle East when it comes to oil?
I think, now somebody will call and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's because we don't have refineries anymore.
Well,
we don't refine our own
We've
gas.
We've been hearing that for 20 years.
I know.
Why don't we then?
That's right. Well, the federal, I'll tell you why, because the federal regulations make it too ridiculous to even try.
That's probably it. Especially in California.
They can't build them.
Right. That's probably it.
You can't build them.
The federal government is your enemy.
That's
it's not there to be your friend.
That's right. That's right. And again, it goes around in a big circle, but at least Trump's trying, and it'll happen when they open up the pipelines, and I mean it'll happen. But I hope the hell it happens before November.
I hope it doesn't happen after the election, but it won't matter.
I know. Then they'll just the Democrats will take credit. If we lose the after the election and then the prices go down, they say, well, see, we needed Democrats in power.
Right. That's how they do it.
I'm going to throw up. Anyway, and just some sad news about the Savannah Guthrie case of her mom, who's clearly dead. And now there's public information came out about the second of the ransom notes sent to the family. The FBI told them not to release things. Well, they're releasing it now. And the ransom note pretty much indicated that the mother's dead. And Savannah Guthrie on TV shed some tears today, saying, we want you to help. Tell us what happened. We need to get to the end of this. We want to find her. We were still looking. We're never going to stop looking for her. The note indicated that no money or Bitcoin was sent to the individuals who sent the note, so investigators can't track it. They were hoping that they would get some Bitcoin stuff so they could track it with modern high technology, I guess. The second note claimed that Nancy Guthrie had died, and it said she perished shortly after she was taken. She's buried in nature now. We're truly sorry. Was included in the note. There was no request for payment or an apology for the second note, and the abductors never intended to hurt her. But she perished shortly after she was taken. Well, no kidding. She was infirm and couldn't get around and on lots of medicine. So it was the stupidest kidnapping of someone that had, you need to keep them alive enough to talk to people and get the money. Anyway. So clearly, again, I can't imagine why they don't at least tell her where to go find her, unless they're afraid of some kind of evidence that someone may have spotted. If it's out in the desert someplace, how risky could that be to say, where you might find her? Use cadaver dogs all over an area. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's talk sports. We got baseball coming up. We got soccer. We got stuff. We got people talking about sports stuff, including Holy Crap at Sports with Pete Davis, 106.3. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. There we go. Sports.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
For generations, drivers across Atlanta have turned to Jim Ellis Chevrolet for a better car buying experience. Why?
Because at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, it's about more than selling vehicles. It's about taking care of their customers.
Whether you're searching for a rugged Silverado, a family-friendly Equinox, a sporty Blazer, or one of Chevrolet's innovative electric vehicles,
Jim Ellis Chevrolet offers the selection you're looking for with a professional, no-pressure environment where your time is respected and your needs come first.
Finding your next Chevy has never been easier with the Jim Ellis Expressway. You can shop online, value your trade, explore payment options, and save time at the dealership.
When you're ready to drive home in a new Chevrolet, trust the dealership that's been serving Atlanta drivers for decades. Visit JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter. Jim Ellis Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Summer is here, and it's time to enjoy your outdoor oasis as a family. Don't know where to begin? At Stovall & Company, we have everything you need to make your landscaping dreams come true. From premium mulch and topsoil to a wide variety of plants, trees, shrubs, and annuals, Stovall has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
Hello, folks. This is your captain speaking. As we prepare to take off, I'd like you to draw your attention to the dimmed lights, lit candles, and soothing sounds of smooth jazz. We'll be making love shortly and taking off in just a moment. Please fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. And this is your captain speaking again. As you can see, we're experiencing engine failure. Looks like we're not going to get this bird off the ground tonight.
Sound like your sex life? Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? If you're struggling with ED, we understand the feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there is help. You need Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They specialize in treatments like the P-Shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimix. Schedule your appointment today. Call 404-777-1911 and learn more online at tbtofga.com.
Georgia summers are known for heat, and sometimes it's the humidity that makes your home uncomfortable. With all the rain we've had lately, excess moisture can build up inside your home, leaving it feeling sticky and muggy even when your air conditioning is running. That's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning recommends whole house dehumidifiers. It works with your HVAC system to remove excess moisture throughout your home, helping improve comfort, reduce musty odors, and create a healthier indoor environment. And if it's time for a new system, now's a great time to upgrade. Qualified homeowners can receive up to $1,700 in rebates and up to 60 months 0% financing with approved credit. Since 1947, Georgia families have trusted Central Heating and Air Conditioning for dependable comfort. Call 770-GET-HEAT. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or go to centralheat.com. Centralheat.com. Turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, this was a day in 1846. The Adolph phone was invented by Belgian instrument maker Adolph Sax. The Adolph phone, his friend said, "You idiot," and they changed it to saxophone. And now, holy crap at sports with Pete Davis.
Breaking news. Tight end Kyle Pitts Sr. and the Atlanta Falcons have reached agreement today. A 3-year, $54 million contract. That's $36 million fully guaranteed.
Good.
And Pitts will not have to play the 2026 season on the franchise tag.
Yeah.
He signed that earlier in the offseason. Falcons and Pitts had until July 15th to work out a deal, and they have. So now they've already signed receiver Drake London, and now they can look at Bijan Robinson to try and get him.
Yeah, we got to open up that offense. I mean, we got the tools. We got the tools. Let's use them. Let's go.
And we don't after two straight idiot coaches,
Yeah.
we actually have someone who may know what he's doing.
Please,
we'll
God.
find out.
Yeah.
Rookie J.R. Ritchie with his 1-2 record and 4.54 earned run average on the mound for us in San Diego tonight. Hopefully the bats will show up.
Yeah.
The Padres shut out the Bravos 1-0 last night. Sorry, Flounder. Drake Baldwin.
Baseball, damn it. 1-0.
One love, yes.
Drake Baldwin, what you could call a slump, 1 for 25 with 15 strikeouts since homering in his first at-bat back from the IL.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Grant Hay Holmes fell to 4-4, going 4 2/3, giving up 3 hits and 1 run. But he walked 5, gave up the only run of the game, Manny Machado's solo homer in the 4th. Austin Riley had an encouraging night. Oh, wait a minute. I banned that word yesterday.
Can't use that
He had
anymore.
3 hits.
Well, there you go.
He had 3 hits.
He's back. He's here. He's fine.
No, he's...
we'll say he's fine. Good attitude.
Braves still have the 6.5 game lead over Philly. The Friars still in second place in the National League West, 9 games behind the Dodgers. Now, we all know that Kimmer likes his Tootsie Roll Pops, don't you?
Every day. I got him right here. Yeah,
he likes them so much, you can hear him smacking on one during Holy Crap at Sports almost every day, except today when I needed him to do it.
I've already had 3 of them. I got it right here.
But how do you feel about blow pops? And no, that's not a euphemism.
Well, I will tell you this. Every day to my girl, I bring in a Tootsie Roll Pop and a Blow Pop. Different flavors. I can bring her 2, 1 of each every single day, put them on her desk.
All right, well.
I like them.
Yankee second baseman Jazz Chisholm had one in his mouth for the entire inning in the field last night. A blow pop hanging out.
That's not good.
It's a bad look for him, the team, major leagues. It's also pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
One wrong move, and that pop is crammed down his throat.
Shove down your throat.
Led Joe Kinsey to put out a Twitter poll. Do you have a problem with Jazz Chisholm sucking down a blow pop while playing second base during the 5th inning of last night's game in Detroit? You have 3 choices in the poll. Yes. No. I rooted for him to choke.
I'll bet that came in first.
Yep. George Steinbrenner spinning in his grave fast enough to power the 5 boroughs. What made it worse, that Yanks lost their 3rd in a row as Jazz struck out twice.
Ooh.
Even worse than that, manager Aaron Boone says, and I quote, "That pissed me off," end quote, and it won't happen again.
Well.
He didn't know, he claims, until after the game.
Oh, really?
Huh.
How is that
Do you even
possible?
watch the game, Aaron?
Yeah, do you see
None
him
of your
out there?
coaches watched the game and went up to you and said, "Oh, by the way, your second baseman's got something in his mouth like a
with
child.
Stick coming. Yeah, that's not, yeah.
Like a toddler. You want to go out there and just kick it out of his mouth.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
Anyway.
Choking.
Do you hear that loud beeping noise?
I don't hear the loud beeping noise.
Well, I do. That's MLB's feckless commissioner Rob Manfred backing up faster than a runaway dump truck.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Manfred penned a letter to Republican Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri explaining that the San Francisco Giants failed to properly explain to players that they were allowed to decline to wear the rainbow-themed caps during the club's annual Pride Night earlier this month. Several members of the Giants added Bible verses to the theme cap, prompting a warning from the league that writing on the caps is a violation of league policy. Hawley penned a letter to Manfred expressing his grave concern over the warning to the players, called the warning dubious because he feels MLB is already promoting a political viewpoint by having the Pride-themed uniforms.
Yeah.
Manfred says the players were not and never will be disciplined over the matter. He then crawled back under his desk at 1271 Avenue of the Americas, New York, 10020.
Yeah, he blames the team, by the way. And then he says, I know you guys have that special business opportunity we have here at Major League Baseball with the trust, antitrust business. So, yeah, we don't want you to go look into that anymore. We're fine. We don't, let's forget the whole thing. Don't be looking into that antitrust thing if you don't mind, you guys.
Basically, Hawley said, you got a nice exemption thing going on there. It's a shame if something happened to it.
How's that cute little wife of yours, I wonder,
Congrats to Oklahoma for winning the College World Series 2-1. The Sooners ran away with it last night 13-2, the final over North Carolina in Omaha. It's their first baseball title since '94. SEC.
Yeah.
I say that because the Sooners won the Southeastern Conference's 7th straight title.
Wow.
You heard that right. We're not doing well in football right now, but we control baseball.
I didn't realize
quite an
that.
accomplishment for a team picked 14th in the 16-team conference in the preseason, showing you what the experts know.
Yeah.
Finished 11th and entered the postseason having lost 7 of 9 games.
In fact, every time I saw them on TV, North Carolina was ranked like number 3. Oklahoma wasn't ranked anything. They never had a number up there. No ranking at all. And they were clearly the best team. Every time I saw them, they could hit.
Yeah. Since 2019, it's all SEC, baby. Starting with Vanderbilt, then Mississippi State, Ole Miss, LSU, Tennessee, LSU again, and now Oklahoma. That's what I call domination.
Yeah.
They didn't play the CWS in 2020 because of the COVID scam. So they had that. ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller says he'll be back talking football, but faces a long recovery after a horrible car crash. Happened last Wednesday afternoon in Jasper County, Missouri, when the Bronco, driven by Miller, crossed the center line and collided with a semi-truck. He suffered multiple broken bones. Doctors had to amputate his left arm.
Oh, my God. Really?
Driver of the semi not injured. You can't even tell it was a Ford Bronco from the pics. You have no idea what that thing is.
Oh, man.
When you look at it. Quarterback Brandon Sorsby is stuck in football limbo. The gambling enthusiast will not play in the NFL in 2026 as the league has elected not to hold a supplemental draft.
Oh, really? I thought they is that just to keep him out of it? That can't be the reason. Why aren't they holding
As
a
the
draft?
league has opted not to hold a supplemental draft.
Yeah. Is that a cue for anything, maybe, Flounder, or no? Or yes?
The world makes stick figures, too.
Well, he's got things to do in there, He can't be expected.
I got that. The NHL is seriously considering expansion.
Yeah.
All cities who want a hockey team step forward. Not so fast, Atlanta.
Uh-oh.
Houston and Austin are the front runners for getting teams.
Please. Now, how do they figure that?
Well, I can't believe Houston doesn't already have one. They had one back in the old WHL or HA, the Arrows, the Howls, including Gordie Howe played there. How can a massive city like Houston not have a hockey team when Dallas does?
Well...
All right. President Donald Trump will present the trophy to the winners of the World Cup final in New Jersey on July 19th. He'll join the FIFA president in handing the cup over to the winning team. While not how it's usually done, it has happened before. King Juan Carlos of Spain handed the World Cup to Italy in '82, and England was given the trophy by Queen Elizabeth II following the Three Lions success in 1966.
Well, it should be the president doing it. It's here in America.
The English are not doing too well right now. I'll get to that in a second. The port-sipping Portuguese destroyed the unlucky Uzbekis 5-0 today. Ronaldo scored the first goal, becoming the first man to score in 6 World Cups. He also had a second goal. Vasco da Gama had the other goals. See, Vasco.
Oh.
I don't want to say Portugal doesn't have a lot of famous people.
No, not
But the list of the top 10 most famous Portuguese only goes to 4. Name me another.
Ferragamo.
Outside of Ronaldo, Who?
Ferragamo, wasn't that his name?
Who?
Portuguese
Vince
explorer?
Ferragamo, the quarterback for the Rams? Who are you talking about here?
Well, now, wait a minute.
I mean, seriously.
That's pure, I can't
Bartholomew Diaz, baby.
I don't
the
know
explorer.
that. No, I don't know him.
I know.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
sad. Right now, the Buckies loving English are tied 0-0 with Ghastly Ghana with their 62 minutes in. This is not a good look.
That's the thing with soccer. An hour and no score.
I know.
I'm just stupid.
Later tonight, the Panama Noriegas are playing Croatia. Then Colombia Escobars take on We're no longer the Belgian Congo DR. Don't call us that anymore.
No.
The Milwaukee Bucks are trading superstar Giannis, who I never say his last name.
I heard that.
And Bobby Portis to the Heat for Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, I think he's Kryptonium, Kel'el, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Kasparas Jakusionis.
Oh, wow.
Criminy, aren't there any more Bobby Jones playing basketball?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't understand any of this.
Miami sending Milwaukee unprotected first-rounders in 2031 and 33, along with the number 13 this year, a pick swap in 2030, and a 33 second-rounder.
Man, that's huge.
June 23rd, 1917, on this date. After Red Sox starter Babe Ruth walked leadoff batter Roy Morgan on 4 pitches, home plate umpire Brick Owens ejects the Babe when their shouting match concerning called balls and strikes degenerates into a physical confrontation.
Ooh.
Ernie Shore comes into the game and retires 26 straight batters, with Morgan thrown out trying to steal second on the first pitch. And the team's 4-0 win over the Senators at Fenway, the baseball's first combined no-hitter.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. 1922, British Men's Open Golf. Royal St. George's. Walter Hagen became the first American-born winner of the Open, one stroke ahead of the runners-up. 1939, Bronco Nagurski beat Lou Thesz in Houston to win the National Wrestling Association World Heavyweight title.
Wrestling title? Bronco Nagurski? I thought he was,
Yeah.
Wow.
He football and wrestling.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
Due to the civil unrest in Detroit, government officials deployed 350 armed troops at Briggs Stadium during a doubleheader between the Indians and Tigers. Recent race riots in the Motor City claimed 29 lives. What year was this?
Motor City of 29 lives. That was like 1868, 1912.
Well, you think it'd be 1968, but no, it was 1943.
Oh, my.
Yeah, they thought the Axis nations, German, Italians, and the Japanese, were spreading this and getting the blacks of Detroit to riot.
Oh, wow.
Congress looked into it, by the way. 1963, after taking Phillies right-hander Dallas Green deep, Jimmy Pearsall runs around the bases in the correct order, but backwards to celebrate his 100th home run. The Mets outfitter, who thought of the stunt after being disappointed by the lack of attention that Duke Snider's 400th got, will be released 2 days later by manager Casey Stengel. The same Casey Stengel that, as a player in 1919, put a sparrow under his cap, and when the crowd booed him when he came to the plate, Casey took off the hat and the bird flew away. Even the umpire laughed.
I never heard. What a great story.
That is a great story. 1969, Joe Frazier TKO's Jerry Quarry in 7 to retain the heavyweight boxing title. 1971, in one of the greatest games a pitcher could ever have. In addition to hitting 2 home runs and driving in 3, Rick Wise throws only 95 pitches to 28 batters and no-hit the Reds at Riverfront 4-0. The Phillies' 25-year-old righty will hit 2 home runs in the same game again that season against San Francisco. He was later traded for Steve Carlton. At the time, most thought pretty even trade, if not better, for the Cardinals.
Wow, I don't remember that at all.
I do remember that. 1981, longest game in pro baseball. The Pawtucket Red Sox finally beat Rochester Red Wings 3-2 in 33 innings. The game began April 18th. 1985, Senior Tournament Players Championship, Men's Golf, Canterbury. Defending champion Arnold Palmer won his final major by 11 shots over Miller Barber, Lee Elder, Gene Littler, and Charles Owens. 1986, including leaving the bases full in 4 of 9 innings, the Braves established a National League record stranding 18 runners. However, enough Atlanta players do across the plate, and the Braves beat the Dodgers in L.A. 6-5. 1991, Watt Car Company became the first Japanese car manufacturer to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
That would be Toyota. Mitsubishi. All right, that's all I know. Acura.
I'll give you a hint.
Honda.
Wankel rotary engine.
Mazda.
Mazda.
I'll be damned.
Right. Mazdas have sharp little fast cars, I'm telling you. 1994, former Major League first baseman Marv Throneberry, best known for appearing in the Miller Lite beer commercials of the 70s and 80s, died from cancer at his home in Fisherville, Tennessee. He was 60. Marvelous Marv's blunders on the field, including missing second base while legging out a triple, symbolized the 1962 Mets, the hapless new National League franchise. When manager Casey Stengel ran out to argue the call, the umpire said, "Don't bother, Casey. He missed first base, too."
Wasn't he the one who said, "I don't even know why I'm in this commercial"?
Right.
Wasn't that Marv?
I don't even know. Yeah, that was Marv.
I don't even know why I'm in this commercial. I mean, what a great character. I mean, seriously, even the name, Thornberry or whatever.
Marv Throneberry.
I love it. Pete Davis, so much more coming up. We haven't even close to finishing yet here. Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Ben in the back here on 106.3. Look out, here we go. Well, not Ben in the back. Kind of unfortunate grammar for you. Sorry.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
You know, every time I get something out of my safe or even think about putting something I need out, and I think to myself, you know what? People ought to know about this. Get yourself a safe. And I keep remembering Atlanta's Safe House, really to the rescue. When I was down in Florida, didn't have a safe when I retired, lost medical records. You know the whole story there. And recently, I've had a couple of examples where when I lost things, thank goodness I had copies. As it turned out, I got my wallet back and my keys, stuff like that. But still, I mean, that's the kind of stuff you're not planning on. It, not necessarily robbery or fire or flood or stuff like that. Just things happen. And Atlanta Safe House is there to help you. You want to keep your stuff safe. And we're not, the first thing you think about all these safes and stuff these days is a gun safe, which is obviously appropriate. So you have got pistol safes, and they have long gun safes, bows and arrows, and jewelry safes and drawers and special. They got 500 of them up there. Atlanta Safe House. They moved to Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. Have 500 safes. Fort Knox and Browning. That was my first gun safe decades ago. And they've got so many that they have sales and specials and rebates all the time. You're going to save a bundle, and they protect your rights as well as they protect your stuff. Tell them the Kimber sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Your yard, it stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, pet friendly, and looks amazing all year round. ATL Turf Co. is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen, or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at atlturfco.com. That's atlturfco.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey there, this is Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses and events like Cobb County Pro Rodeo.
Hi, I am Seth Bice with Bice Rodeo Productions. We are partnering with Southern Rodeo Company for the second annual Cobb County Pro Rodeo. Join us for an exciting weekend of professional cowboys and cowgirls from across the country and the best bucking horses and bulls from across the nation. We are both proud to be family-owned businesses, sanctioned through the International Professional Rodeo Association, and thrilled to be voted the top 5 new rodeo in North America by the IPRA. We can't wait to see you at Jim Miller Park, July 10th and 11th.
Oh, you know I'll be there. Trust me, friends, you don't want to miss this exciting family-friendly event. This will be a sellout, so go to rodeoticket.com and get your tickets now. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Hank Williams Jr. live this Saturday night, Ameris Bank Amphitheater with special guest Sammy Kershaw. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
When you sign your company's insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. We'll see you again a year later. Time for renewal. What do you say we play golf? Your business runs all year, and the gaps and the risk run all year, too. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex just to buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At SuperSure, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates a current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is actually worth so you know what you actually need to protect. So go to supersure.com/Beck right now. One super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. That's supersure.com/Beck.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Freedom lives on Extra 106.3 as we hook you up with an extra $250 to celebrate 250 years of America's freedom. Starting Monday, we'll be hooking you up with an extra $250 to help with gas bills or maybe just an extra case of beer to celebrate America. Listen to the Morning Extra starting Monday for all the details from Atlanta's most patriotic station, Extra 106.3 FM.
Well, little Alice Cooper here. 1975, during his Welcome to My Nightmare tour. My breakdown. Welcome to My Nightmare tour in Vancouver, Canada. In 1975, Alice Cooper fell from the stage and broke 6 ribs. Alice Cooper fell into the photo pit and tried to continue the show, but he passed out. And from the pain, they had to take him to the hospital. The photographs exist of Alice Cooper trying to continue the show with his head wrapped in a giant bandage. And he passed out and had to take him to the doctor. It's brutal. Alice Cooper. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Ben, our intern's back there, too. Birthdays include... Oh, we got a couple of sports birthdays here, Pete Davis. LaDainian Tomlinson, retired San Diego Chargers and Jets running back, ranked 7th in NFL history in rushing yards, a little over 13,000. 2nd in touchdowns rushing, 145. And 3rd in total touchdowns, 162. LaDainian Tomlinson, is he a Hall of Famer? I think
he's a Hall of Famer.
He's also a big crybaby, too.
No.
Well, what that sideline thing when he was complaining they took him out or he didn't get to do the scoring thing or something? It seemed like a spoiled sport or something. I don't know.
All I know is he was born the year I graduated high school. He's already retired and in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know. Where does that put you and me, guys like us?
I know.
Anyway, LaDainian Tomlinson's 47. And Colin Montgomery once voted the best boobs on the PGA Tour. Colin Montgomery is 63 years old, Hall of Fame golfer. Idiot. Is he Scottish or British? I can't. He's from Europe somewhere.
I think he's Scottish.
I think he's Scottish. Best boobs on the PGA
There's a
Tour.
whiner.
Yeah,
he's the whiner.
He's complaining about everything. He missed it. Didn't he blow the U.S. Open because he complained the fans were calling him Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff? I mean, seriously, on the golf ragging him, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. He never won over here.
No, he didn't know squat. And I put that little Facebook thing here today with a picture of me when I interviewed John Wayne Bobbitt. And a little video on Facebook and YouTube. And I had a little kind of a hidden Easter egg thing there, too, which was kind of fun to play with. But it was on this day in 1993, Lorena Bobbitt, John Wayne Bobbitt's wife, chopped off his unit because he was sleeping, and she chopped it off with a kitchen knife. Then Lorena Bobbitt flees their home, tossing the severed organ from her car window as she drives away. Bleeding profusely, John Bobbitt had a friend drive him to the hospital in Manassas, Virginia. Police went looking for his severed member. After talking to Lorena, they found it in a field across from a 7-Eleven store. They went into the store and got some ice and put it on ice. Wrapped it in a hot dog bag and rushed it to the hospital where John Wayne Bobbitt was. A team of surgeons managed to reattach it in an operation that took 9.5 hours. Bobbitt would later demonstrate how well he'd healed by appearing in pornographic films with an extension sewed into it. Lorena Bobbitt, who was 24 at the time, immigrant from Ecuador, alleged her 26-year-old ex-Marine, former Marine husband raped her that night and subjected her to years of abuse during their marriage. He was later tried for marital sexual assault but found not guilty. She was tried for malicious wounding and also found not guilty by reason of insanity. They had her committed to a psychiatric hospital, and she was freed after 45 days. The made-for-tabloid saga would inspire newspaper, magazine articles, TV documentaries, tasteless jokes for years, and one of her complaints was that he never let her arrive at her destination. That if they were going to take a trip together and that he would always finish the trip, but she would never get to finish the trip with him or something. So that's why, she...
I told you before, I snuggled in a machete from Tijuana.
Oh,
and
really?
on it's a description. It says Lorena Bobbitt, and it shows what she did engraved in the machete.
How'd you get a machete back into the country?
I hid it behind the seat of a Volkswagen Bug behind the back seat. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the last time I went through customs, and I guess it was when I was in the Marines, and we took a trip to Tijuana and hit the old green door and the donkey show. Hey, Kimmer, for 50 cents, these girls are, no, it's okay.
Young girls.
And my favorite part was when we crossed the border into Mexico, and you look for a parking lot, and you get to the parking lot, and some 9-year-old kid says, "Senor, would you like me to watch your car for you?" Yes, I would, young man. Here's several dollars, or because you're liable not to come back to find your car in one piece. So, oh man, I remember going through customs in Mexico. Yeah, it was.
They'd
what an
go to
adventure.
San Isidro or come around to the far one. I mean, it was fun.
Oh man, you got to love it.
We used to do our grocery shopping down there because it was cheaper down there.
Really? Well, you were close in, where were you, Coronado or San Diego? But you were...
I was in Ocean Beach.
Beach,
it was a good drive to get down in there, but it was fun once you're down there.
Yeah.
The art museum looked like two breasts, like two giant breasts, and it had the best margarita bar I've ever to this day had.
No
was
kidding.
in the art museum in Tijuana.
Well, they know how to drink down there, those people. Anyway. By the way, we didn't really cover the story, but the update is really even more horrible. During the Goose concert in New York at Madison Square Garden over the weekend, the story was that a man had fallen out of his seat and fell below from a balcony and landed on some fellow concert goers and was killed. He died. Well, now, the guy's a 51-year-old married father of two, celebrating his 25th wedding anniversary at the time with his wife. And the witnesses in the video shows that apparently as he was drunk, he took a head-first dive from the balcony down below. He took a headfirst dive leap over the 4-foot glass barrier. His wife thought he had gone to the bathroom. She was seated a couple of sections away in their assigned seats, and her husband jumped, and she didn't even know until the officials told her.
Jeez.
Holy moly. Back a couple of years ago, the jam band Fish was doing a concert. A fan took a running start and leaped off the balcony, and he paralyzed himself but lived. But again, the guy apparently went head first, like in a dive, on his 25th wedding anniversary.
Maybe drunk or
said he was drunk. He looked drunk. But again, why would you celebrate? Hey, honey, watch this. But she wasn't even watching.
Drugs?
High on what? They didn't say. So who knows? God.
Well, they're a jam band, so I mean.
I don't know. I mean, that's just,
I've never heard of them.
No, either have I. Yeah. Kevin P. Flounder and Benson are back there, and everything's fine, and we'll see what's going on. We got we got a couple of tweets hanging around. We got Flounder's Funny coming up, and we got your all stuff. We got stuff,
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Commuting every day? Well, the 2026 Toyota Camry is now all hybrid, which means for you up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. An easy way to cut those fuel stops without giving up comfort. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we're voted Best of COP for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center for well-qualified buyers. 6.49% APR for 72 months is available on the new 2026 Camry hybrid through June 30th. Non-Toyota owners may qualify for a $1,000 Camry Conquest bonus cash, no trade-in required. Remember, visiting us on Cobb Parkway South means you're going to get the best deal possible. We're just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
6.49% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers are qualified. $1,000 Conquest for eligible current non-Toyota owners. Must finance and lease through Southeast Toyota Finance. No trade required. And 6/30/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement, and more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life. That every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork, and you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Certain things in life can paralyze you in fear, and a letter from the IRS is one of those things. I know, I've gotten one. If you've received a notice from the IRS, or maybe you owe back taxes, or you have years of unfiled returns, or maybe you filed but you can't pay what the IRS says you owe, you are crazy to try to deal with the IRS on your own, really. The IRS has the power to revoke your passport, drain your bank account, levy your wages. And if you're a business owner behind on payroll taxes, they'll shut your business down and come after you personally. But you don't have to face all of this alone. Get the expert help you need. Call the folks at Rush Tax Resolution today, 877-554-RUSH. Rush Tax is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They're the only company that I would trust and recommend in this category. They offer free IRS transcript investigation. They'll tell you upfront want and for free if they can even help you. And they'll only take your case if they know they can help you. 877-554-7874. 877-554-RUSH or rushtaxresolution.com.
Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da. Want to be a paperback writer, paperback writer. Right, reverb. I like it. 1966, the Beatles' 10th consecutive British #1 single with paperback writer, Rain is what it's called. The track is marked by the boosted bass guitar sound throughout, partly in response to John Lennon demanding to know why the bass on a certain Wilson Pickett record far exceeded the bass on any Beatles records. It was also cut louder than any other Beatles record due to a new piece of equipment used in the mastering process. I didn't know John had a thing about. If I come back as a rock star, I'm going to be a bass player in a rock band.
Well, see, Paul was the bassist. Not John refused to play the bass. So did George.
Yeah. Really, I think
that's why Paul played.
Yeah, but John was unhappy with the bass sounds of the. Isn't that funny? He had a thing about it because of Wilson Pickett. I'll be darned. See, a quick birthday thing here real quickly. A guy named Brian Brown is an Australian actor. If you see his face, you'll know him. Brian Brown was in Breaker Morant, Cocktail, Thornbirds, Gorillas in the Mist. Oh, I didn't write down his age. Oh, I just threw it. Hold on. I had my
How old was he?
Well, hold on. I got my thing right
Don't
here.
Don't leave us hanging. How old was Brian Brown?
He was 79.
All right.
70. Hold on. Let me double check here. Yeah, 79. Because I do the birthdays at home, and then I bring them in, and I get Flounder's birthday list, but I sometimes forget to bring over the actual names and ages. Let's see. That's fine.
At least he's still alive, unlike all the ones you did yesterday.
Well, now I was misinformed. I came here for the waters. There are no waters in Casablanca. Well, I was misinformed. And now the story of rescues and heroes. I hope you remember this. In 2018, what a story. A fun after-practice excursion. Ekapol Chantawong, a 25-year-old Thai soccer coach for youth soccer, took his team, the Wild Boars, to explore a cave that he had visited before and would stay about an hour just to explore it and have some fun after practice. Well, they were in there, and all of a sudden monsoon rains hit. While they were underground in the cave, the cave's entrance flooded. The coach and his 12 players ages 11 to 16 were trapped, and they would stay trapped for more than 2 weeks. We went in, got stuck in the cave, saw water full of water. I volunteered to dive to find out if I could go through or not. If I could go through, then everybody's saved. So we used the rope that we brought with us. They were unable to escape. The boys pulled their coach back in the cave. Weeks passed before they were discovered and reached by rescuers. Starving and running out of oxygen, the team of kids survived by drinking fresh water that dripped from a cave stalactite and repeated the mantra Su Su, which was Thailand speak for keep fighting. Their search and rescue stole the global spotlight. International group of cave divers led by Thai Navy SEALs evacuated them. The divers discovered the group 2.5 miles inside the cave on July 2nd. An extremely dangerous effort. The boys and coach were rescued between July 8th and 10th. A volunteer diver and former Thai Navy SEAL, Saman Kunan, died when he ran out of oxygen underwater trying to deliver oxygen tanks to the boys. But again, remember, these boys had to come out one at a time, children, from a cave underwater, wondering whether they were going to live or not. Must have been horrifying. I mean, really, children. The waters. Oh man! Now a bizarre story here. I'm going to mention it just for one reason. To show how freaking liberals are going things too far. And this is what's happening in Europe. Here's another example. This is a Dutch teenager in the Netherlands, 15-year-old girl. She apparently stabbed her parents to death with a knife, sliced up her family golden retriever who lived, but killed her parents, and then took pictures of her dead parents' bloody bodies, including with their open eyes after they were dead, and sent the pictures to her friends. To her friends at school. You can see the parents lying on the ground with their eyes open, father lying on the floor, mother on the bed, blood everywhere. The girl struggled with her identity, they say here, because she often pretended to be a dog. In school, she would crawl around and bark on all fours in the school corridors. She wore it. One classmate said, well, yeah, she wore a tail, dog ears, and paw gloves. Sometimes she would make barking sounds and act like a dog because she identified as a dog. How in the hell did the school let her get away with that in public education in the Netherlands, in Europe? How could that not be?
The kids, the adults are gone. They just let the kids run everything.
I mean, really? How about a rather different story here about it? Because since I'm an 80-year-old fart, there's a guy in Florida named William Bosworth, and he was in his 350Z convertible. He's 85 years old, smoking a cigar and drag racing a Corvette. He got caught doing 100 miles an hour. The Corvette was doing 125. When he got pulled over, the body cam shows an officer go into his car. The guy still got his cigarette puffing out of his mouth, and the deputy says, I got you at 110 miles an hour. He says, he said that Corvette swerved at me. I was only driving to get away from him in my favorite car. The cop said, listen, Mr. Bosworth, I wasn't born last night. I know what street racing looks like when I see it. You guys were street racing. He said, I never intended to cause any problems. Yeah, I don't want any problems. The officer said, hey, listen, mister, I wasn't street racing, the old fart. 85-year-old guy said, well, you might not call it street racing. You might call it highway racing, road racing, whatever you call it. You were doing it, and we can't condone that here. So they handcuffed him and took him to jail, towed his car, and now he's 100 miles an hour in Florida. Means you're going to not only go to court, you're going to lose your license probably for a year, and you're going to, if you go over 100 miles an hour, you can be arrested, and it's a criminal offense. There's fines and everything else, too. 85 years old, smoking a cigar, so hey, you asking for it, basically.
Driving fast, it starts with D, which rhymes with P, which stands for pool, right here in River City.
85. See, that's my goal. My old goal was to be
like you.
To be to be an old fart and say, hey,
like
screw you, pal. I'm driving my car fast as I feel like it. How about a Flounder's Funny? Here we go.
We have an unwritten rule in our society that allows it to function. It's called the let it go rule. Someone cuts you out in traffic, you let it go. All right, you don't follow him home and murder his wife and child in the front lawn, you sociopath. You let it go. Someone gives you bad service, you leave your tip. I used Yelp once. A woman wrote 16 paragraphs because she had a dry blueberry muffin. I get about halfway through this review, I'm going, hey, Marcel Proust, are we still talking about muffins here? Are we in the fourth chapter of Remembrance of All Things Past? Because one of these muffins starts talking about stuff in the first person, I'm out of here. It's breakfast. McDonald's nailed it. Go to the drive-thru. Oh. I was no, that's the point with breakfast. Oh, here comes War and Peace. They were the best of eggs. They were the worst of eggs. I thought the egg yolks could have been 3 degrees cooler, given the barometric pressure and the fact that it's been a dry fall, considering we're in the middle of a dry. Hey, toast door! Shut the f*** up and eat it! There's a line out front.
The line out front.
Mr. Jimmy Schubert right there.
Very funny. Hey, Proust. In the meantime, hey, Ben, good to see you. Are you coming here tomorrow? Are you here tomorrow?
I don't think so.
If you don't think so, I was going to bring you a cookie. No, he can't take another 2 days in a row. All right, Kevin Pete, Flounder, and Ben maybe hopefully one day. And in the meantime, Christine, seeing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. A little late here to get. Well, look out. Herb.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 1063.
Fox News, as the Senate passes a measure that would block further military action against Iran, though it's largely symbolic.
It did pass 50-48. Among the GOP yeses were Cassidy, Collins, Paul, and Murkowski. John Fetterman, the Democrat, voted no